I should have mentioned, brimstone will explode when destroyed.
By the way, Ubensis is my new Twitch name.
Okay. I think people can see us and things like that now. Maybe. And hear us.
Is that a thing?
Put on your pants, Lee.
Oh God! I wasn't expecting it to be
We'll
quick.
be ready in a moment. Hang
Who the
on.
hell is that? Ames, what happened to your face?
Got smunched.
The wind changed, you see.
Did you have a stroke?
Yes.
He was impersonating that lady from the Olympics.
This is actually a live video of James.
He's talking with his face like that.
I've been practicing my ventriloquism. Let me know how I do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
to James's face.
What's going on?
I'm just posting a Kickstarter update because Lee doesn't know how to format things.
Well, normally, you know, you have.
Have you not read Twitch's branding guidelines? You don't call them Twitch TV.
You don't call them Twitch TV.
No.
Too late.
I'll link you their branding guidelines. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Today we're going to do things. Where do you get Chanda t-shirts? You don't yet. Okay, so we were going to start by showing you a new campaign level, but we broke it, so we're going to show it later. Somebody is fixing it right now. Before that, we've got a lot of little things in the game which we can show, some of which are very cool, some of which are still cool, but not quite as cool. I don't know where I was going with that. And we're also going to make a map and then play the map against the AI and probably lose. Is the audio balance between me and them and the background, is that okay?
Testing,
Hello,
James, 1,
it's
2.
me, James.
Hello,
Testing.
I'm Dante.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's Josh Bishop right
It's
there.
a great day to be alive.
Oh
Hello,
god.
it's me, Dante.
Yes, that's Dante's real voice when he's
When he's not acting.
Well, hello, my name's Nanu.
What's going on? I don't understand. This is more people than we usually have.
right.
Couple of questions. One, am I allowed to swear at these noble
Yes.
people?
Yes.
Tastefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck.
That's
Beautiful.
okay.
Thank you.
Encore,
Right.
encore.
I guess we'll start by just showing off a few little things that we have in the game, and then we'll move on to making a map. So yeah, let's do that.
We'll try and answer questions in the middle of everything as well.
Yes.
Of course, while Josh is talking, we can't answer questions because it's Josh, and he never stops. Is
Right.
EA classed as swearing? Depends what you mean by EA.
The entirety of America. I don't know. No, we can talk about EA. Because EA is not Ubisoft. Ubisoft, they're bad.
EA's alright. EA's left us pretty much alone, so...
Yeah.
And they make
It could be
fantastic
worse.
games of a consistently high quality.
Unlike Ubisoft.
I really enjoyed Far Cry 4.
Okay, fine. Okay, so... what should we show first?
Well, did you say campaign levels?
Should I click that should I click the button?
You should click the button. You
Okay.
should click the button. Click the button.
Okay, right.
Click the button.
We click the button. So, we have a campaign map. This is a placeholder. The final one is going to be 3D and animated and pretty. But here you can, see that we've got a pretty map, and it's pretty, and there's levels, which lack descriptions right now, James.
We're doing it after the stream.
But so these are the 3 levels that we've got in the build right now. And then this is the 4th. This is what we're going to be showing you guys later.
They can't quite see because it's covered up by the portraits.
Can't see what.
Oh, there is a
top
description up here at the top right, but it's
yeah.
it's a placeholder. There isn't anything there. Hold on. No, I'm not minimizing the game. Okay. Alright.
To clarify, this is actually meant to be a sphere inside a table.
Yeah, so, sorry. That's the top of the table, and there's going to be a sphere inside the table, and we're sort of looking... It's like a magical map table, and you are looking down through this magic table as it's sort of like a window onto a globe, and there'll be like sort of mist around it. It'll be cool.
Just want to clarify, you've noticed people are complaining about the balance of the in-game sound versus us.
Ah! Yes.
Does in-game sound? Oh, yeah.
Sorry. The game is just persistently loud. Really, I have the sound on like 8. Okay, I've halved it. It's now on 4% for the game.
It's a little bit different from previous dungeon management games like Dungeon Keeper 2. Dungeon Keeper 2's was more like an actual table, whereas with like a 3D table, whereas we're having like a globe inside a table that you can view different parts of the world on. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
What other questions are there? There aren't really many questions about this. Good. When will magic map tables with myths around them be available for purchase? I don't know. We did talk about making a coffee table with this underneath, a glass coffee table, but we decided that would cost too much money.
I don't want it.
The Underlord edition will be available permanently. Right, let's go into a sandbox to show a few little things.
On the subject of the Underlord edition, just before Josh starts, we will be offering an upgrade to standard edition customers as well.
I thought we had that already. Okay.
No, we don't.
We'll be having it soon.
Something people keep asking for, so I thought we'd get that in pretty quick.
Yes. So the first thing you'll notice that's already in, we've got part of the new UI in, so the top and the bottom of the UI is done. The unit grouping panel is still the old one, obviously, as we've said, that's going to be moved to the left-hand side. And we still need to add some colour to the top and the bottom. As you can see, the stone is still grey. We'll be doing that in a little bit. So let's just dig a bit. I'm just going to cheat a little bit.
Alex Slayer, your question about the blue things and the green crags and volcanoes. I believe you mean the 3 extra little circles on the map. Those are different levels that I don't know how to avoid spoiling anything.
I will explain those in a second.
Okay.
We'll talk a little bit about the story, but we don't want to go too in depth. So each Underlord has what we call a home realm, which is where they draw their power from. And during the course of the campaign, you visit the home realm of a few of the Underlords, including your own. And those 3 things are sort of our map. In physical space, that's not what they look like, but we needed, obviously, to represent them on the map somehow, so we put them on little discs, so that's sort of how we're doing that.
Very much an abstraction.
Yeah, exactly. Okie dokie. How loud is the game for you guys? Because there are some audio things that we wanted to show, but if the game is too quiet, that's not going to work.
I don't think I can hear the game at all.
Audio things?
It's the cultist and the succubus. I don't know if Dan added it yesterday.
It sounds fine to me.
Pretty good sounds.
Why am I even bothering? It's just...
People say boost it up to 5 or 6.
Okay, hang on. Oops.
Come on,
Yeah, game is silent.
And welcome to
the jam.
Thank you.
Hey, you. What you gonna do?
James, yes, we mentioned that in the other stream.
Okay.
So I think that'll be fine.
Right, everyone be quiet for a moment, okay? Let's just appreciate this. We added unit sounds to the game now, so when the stream, well, you guys will be hearing this as I say it, but
It's very confusing.
for everyone watching, it will make sense. As you can see me slapping my lovely cultist here, he's screaming about it.
See me slapping my lovely cultist. That sounds like a euphemism. Slapping the cultist.
And then yes, that picking up, dropping, blah blah blah.
I just saw on your screen. Is that an Archon?
Yes, so there is a small bug at the moment. We have super units in the game now, so when you do the cheat to unlock everything in the Veins of Evil, it also, because the super units are in the Veins of Evil, it will spawn the first super unit it gets to, which is the Archon. So yes, I have an Archon here. Currently the Archon is he's just a Necromancer with a different model. We haven't actually added any of his cool stuff yet. I mean, he looks cool. Okay, and then we have the Succubus as well. I'm apparently too poor to build a big one of those.
I just can't
Josh
wait until
isn't
we got proper
actually-
holding animations on the hand.
Yeah.
Josh is not actually doing the bard because he made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Oh no, you
And the
can't. You
fuck
can't do
that being done.
that.
We're not talking about that yet.
We're not talking about the
I
bard
know.
at all.
I know. But it's gonna be worth it.
It will. It will.
So
much
glorious.
better.
So glorious.
I do have to congratulate you on the UI. Old one was impossible to look at. Too much clusterfuck. Yeah, I think that was one of the goals of the UI here, was to simplify it down so it draws the eye. Oh, yeah. Are you slapping us, Succubus?
Hang on. You guys can't hear or see what's happening, but
No, it's again confusing.
oh god, Richard interrupted the cultist dying. So rude.
Damn it, Richard!
Do I have another cultist? I do. Okay.
A ghoul has risen in your crypt. A ghoul has been risen.
Tell me when I can speak again.
Okay, you just interrupted him again. I think people got the idea. There are death noises and things, and it's amusing.
If it's not Dante Bard, I will fucking rip out your skull and piss in your neck. Wow, Dante, they
That's
really want you to
incredible.
do Bard.
Seriously, you don't understand how good the Bard is going to be now. Like, it's incomprehensibly good. We really aren't going to talk about anything.
There will be no disappointment.
Yeah, you'll love it. We love it. We've heard like a very basic version with a terrible microphone.
Raccoon. What do you mean color scheme? And in what way do you mean distracting?
Presently, the tiles and walls are very distracting. I think it's much more distracting looking at it on the stream than it is in the game. I think it's much more balanced in the game now than it was before.
Are you saying
Yeah,
that
I
person's
mean-
wrong?
We're still not finished with our lighting pass. That's still very much a work in progress. We had some issues with the workload there. We've had to basically assign some more people to it, so it's taking a bit longer than we thought it would. But it's going. Like, something you'll notice is that the standard green theme, like the whole balance between the wall and the floor and everything is much nicer than it used to be if you compare that to the light build right now. And then we we look at the torch chamber. Like, look how nice that looks now. That looks fantastic. And then we have some other stuff which is just obviously not working correctly. Like here, that's just, you know, what's going on with that. Like, it's and this is lovely. So yeah, there's stuff to fix there. Okay, let's kill things.
I'm just trying to work out an answer.
What are you drinking there, Lee?
It is Coke Zero!
You and your Coke.
Wow.
Maybe we probably shouldn't say its name. Totally not sponsored.
Do you like Coke Zero, the sugar-free version of the popular Coca-Cola product?
I do, Dante. I think that it's like not superior, but it hits a certain place in my heart.
I think I spawned too many Bafus to kill me.
Oh god, it's Kirsty.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So there was a question asked a little while ago, which was how many themes we have planned, and I think it is probably more than 10.
I think it's 10 or 11.
There are a lot of themes.
I'm just counting them now.
Look at how many little guys you have. Is this a real-time strategy game?
What?
It is a what?
This is Path of Diablo, Dante.
Oh, wow.
Latest release from King. Have you not heard about it?
No,
Kate
I can't
was-
wait to get some sick loot.
All that loot that's dropping there.
It's
Oh god, can't wait till the new
$29.95.
And yeah, there's some VFX that need some work, as you can see here.
Your defense also needs work. Wow, that Archon just died.
Yes, anyway.
Archon's
Tragic.
so bad.
Tragic.
Oh, and by the way, there's some animations and bugs in the game now. It's causing certain units to just...
Yes,
Pump
the,
the
the,
air.
most, the most recent units we've added, when they die, they mosh permanently. That, exactly. Okie dokie. Let's
Question.
go. We have some new skirmish maps as well. We have a 4-player skirmish map, which is... Oh, let's do it. It's going to be difficult.
Alex Slayer says, there's no point into having walls between rooms due to the fact that rooms don't have wall props. Can we expect some wall props? The reason to have walls between your rooms is for defensive purposes.
So you don't die.
Yeah. Because if somebody gets through your first
Oops.
wall, you don't want them to run straight to your core.
Okay,
Can happen.
the game crashed. I know why it crashed. I'll play a different map.
Walls are entirely intended to be defensive. There's no plans for any props. They would unbalance the game.
We recently
It's
had a very
the short
lengthy discussion about it on our...
Yeah, there's a
Find
big post on our forums about it. So if somebody wants to have a look for that and link for it. Alex Slayer is clearly a Raft player.
User 3222, that's actually fixed internally now.
2-2.
322, there's a question about gold. So currently on the live build, when you build a vault underneath a gold pile, it doesn't like pick up the gold. But we fixed that. It works internally.
Yep.
Right. We'll do skirmish on a different map in one moment. I just need to fix this thing, and then I can start building a build. That.
Just get that early spam. So yeah. What are we doing? Are we doing something?
I'm going to play skirmish while you answer questions.
Okay, here's a question regarding combat. Is the combat going to be a simple process of clusterfucking all your units together, or is there something more strategic planned for that? From Umbra Kuhn.
Well, with combat,
say
you
that?
have the warbands mechanic, or what is now known as warbands. It used to be called unit groups. So you're able to assign units into groups and then rally them to individual flags. So basically what you might want to do in combat is assign, say, your support units to one flag while your other units go to another flag, or your tanks go there. Make sure that your support units get at the back. It's not going to be a clusterfuck if you don't want it to be. Either way, the AI will attempt to keep itself out of trouble. Although, of course, anybody who's played it recently will know that in
That's
the
not
current
what
public
happens
build,
right now.
they tend to get themselves into more trouble. Or just do weird things. So, yeah. There is a bit more strategy to the combat. We expect that players who play strategically in combat will have a better time of it. Alex Slayer asks, why are there only 3 of the deadly 7 sins? There are only 2, actually. Wrath and Sloth. There are no more sins.
Because we're making a video
It's
game,
not-
not a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not necessarily very theological. We're just using cool names from things people understand.
Yes, the names are meant to match up with the idea behind them. It's not really so much as being, oh, we've got the 7 deadly sins here represented. No, it's
Think of it as a happy coincidence.
yes.
Why is the AI here already?
Because you're bad.
Yes. Stephen Fright is upon you.
Look at this. This is my side of the map he's on already. What is this? I don't have any units.
He's so good. So don't make them the sins. Besides the sins, do have a horny equivalent in the works. So the equivalent to there are sort of two in a way. There is one that you can summon into your dungeon through a ritual called the Vampire, who will stay in your dungeon. He's permanent and is just a massive upkeep cost. His upkeep being that he has to feed on living units. So if you don't keep him fed,
He'll eat your own units.
he'll eat your own units. What happens to him if he doesn't get fed on your own units?
He'll die.
He'll die. So yeah, keep him fed.
Well, no. Like, so he will go and try and feed from your prison, right? So if there's no one in your prison for him to eat, then he will just go and kill the nearest unit. And if there's no units that he can find, he'll die.
Other than that, he's extremely powerful in combat. Like, ridiculously so, and can only be killed by other vampires and huntresses.
Yeah, he'll just keep
Permanently
respawning otherwise.
killed. He'll just keep respawning otherwise. There are also 3 super units at the end of each vein. 1 at the end of each vein, I should say. 3 in total. So we have the Behemoth, which is a massive, super aggressive, I'm going to destroy all your defenses super unit. There's the Eternal, which is the defensive super unit in Sloth. As long as he lives, your Dungeon Core takes like 95% less damage. Along with a variety of other defensive effects.
Yep.
And the Eternal... I don't think we've talked about the Eternal for a long time. So I'm not sure.
Wait, you just
Josh
spoke
would know.
about the Eternal.
No, the Archon. That
The
was it.
Archon. Oh, the Archon is just gonna do tons of damage.
He used to have loads of resurrection abilities, didn't he? But that was back when he was greed.
Doesn't have resurrection.
No.
What he does do is... What the hell, Stephen Fright? Why does he have Chundas hit? What do I have? I have 2 cultists. And I have
good.
lightning.
So good. Anyway, all the super units are spawned by expending one of your sins at the end of the tree.
I feel so inadequate when
Oh, here
I...
come the Chundas on my screen. So, yeah, those are the ideas behind the super units and the Vampire.
A Skarg has entered your dungeon.
Fireheart, question, is that one modding and creator service still in the works? I don't remember hearing of it lately. I can only imagine that you're talking about Dungeoneer, in which case, no. In no way is Dungeoneer being worked on. The explanation for that is in...
God, you're getting destroyed.
I am. I'm completely getting destroyed.
I'm just going to link a thread here, and it'll pop up in a second. Oh,
Whip
not
it, peace.
That's not handy, is it?
I'm not dead yet.
Can someone
sure?
find for me the year in retrospect post? That explains why Dungeoneer is no longer a thing. Mainly because if it was a thing, then there wouldn't be a game.
We wouldn't be playing this right now.
Yeah, we still believe in the power of community-created content, so we do want there to be a map editor. Of course, the UI is moddable.
Like an example of that, you can actually... It's probably not going to be working fully at launch, but you're going to be able to make your own AI personalities. So you can set up the build order and how they behave, like how aggressive they are, what they prefer to do, stuff like that. That's going to be something you're actually going to be able to make yourself, along with maps.
Along with maps and UI skins. We actually had somebody who was making loads very cool UI mods.
Oh yeah, the UI is pretty moddable as well.
Yeah, because it's all done in HTML and CSS. Is that just HTML, CSS, HTML5.
Yeah.
So it's extremely moddable, very easy to do so as well. Let's have a look. Any other questions that I missed so far? Are there going to be more things to be included in the sins tree? For example, I don't see the soul well. Yeah, the soul well's missing from the current tree because it's not implemented yet.
The stuff that's in here that's not in the live build is the glacial door, the well of souls, that's placeholder icon. Vampire ritual, the super units at the bottom here. I don't know why those two aren't hidden. That's a big guess. And then a new ritual we have called construction. So we've renamed the construction spell to forge, and then we have a new ritual called construction, which is like assembly, which is here, but it works on constructs.
Meaning
I'm not going to win this game, so I'm just going
load of underminers at your enemy's base and then just go, construction, boom!
Yeah, so we can demonstrate that. So
you no longer have a wall. At all. Hence, why you need walls inside your dungeon.
Yep, my favorite unit is absolutely the Chunder. Because
Chunder
everyone
is so
hates him,
good.
and I feel bad for him.
The Chunder
He's so
is the best
cuddly.
unit. Oh. He's the kind of thing that you bring home to your parents.
Our favourite units are all, I think, on our shirts that we have. There are 4 different designs. You've seen 2 of
I'm
them.
wearing a striped shirt.
Oh, that's something we could show, the shirts.
I'm not
Shirts.
wearing anything.
Yeah, I think.
Yes!
I think there will be a chance for you to get these shirts. Have we announced we're going to?
Jesus, oh god.
Yeah, we are getting extras. So there will be they're going to be available somehow after our backers have got their shirts. We just haven't figured out how. We have ordered some extras.
Probably competitions, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to place some underminers now, and not have my no. Okay. I just have to place them somewhere my workers can't get to right now.
Question: are there more things to be included? Oh, I read that, didn't I? Can you have multiple different super units?
Answer: no. You can only have one alive at the
No, I
same
have one
time.
alive at a time. Yeah.
Defense.
Boom, simple.
Defense.
If you could have all 3 alive, that would just be unbalanced.
Zazura42, a question that we get asked every single live stream. Are there plans for hidden configurations of rooms that grant unique bonuses? No. It's not something we want to add because it doesn't really add anything to the game.
They're actually cheating?
Yeah, I'm trying to demonstrate this ritual whilst losing, so I have to cheat.
cheating.
Oh, I see. You're trying to demonstrate
It's
the ritual.
trying to
That's
demonstrate.
cheating.
I had lost
I
anyway.
see.
I admitted defeat already. I just couldn't be bothered to start a new level.
You don't need to admit defeat against Stephen Fry.
Yeah, it's already happened, hasn't it? Okay, so I just activated my construction ritual. There's no visuals for it yet, but as you can see, my constructs are now building themselves. So if these constructs would get damaged, it interrupts it, so enemies can still attack and interrupt them. So you do still have to defend or at least sneakily use them when you're doing this.
2 questions regarding possession. One, is there a possession spell from Colonel Grot-Skull? Yes, there is indeed a possession spell. You can use it right now if you purchase the game on Steam for the low price of however much it costs in your country. And then the other question is, will possession look better in the future? It doesn't look very pretty right now. Are you going to continue to work on it from...
Hey,
something.
we can attack in possession now. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yes, possession will be slightly improved, but it's a low priority.
Bang, bang.
Yeah,
It's already been improved because you can attack.
It's going to look good enough to be in the final game because there's a certain level in the campaign that would work so well with possession.
Yeah,
Oh my
hang
god,
on.
spoilers.
I think the Scarg works better. Hang on. Let's heal my Scarg.
So yeah, it will be touched up. It will be polished before release. It doesn't actually need that much work. Cameras need putting in the right positions for every unit. We need to have a UI for it.
Yeah, murder everyone.
Just like, yeah, murder!
Back to the previous question, to be honest, I think the Oculus is actually my favorite unit. I mean, we've got...
Oh god, lightning!
units.
Oh, I see the Oculus
But-
on screen right now. He's pretty now that he's actually
The
animated.
Oculus-
Okay, I'm being kited by
Yeah.
this Oculus.
He has a really cool design, actually.
Oculus is fucking ruining you.
I got him! No! Oh, I got stunned. I'm gonna leave because I died. God damn it.
I like Alex Slayer's answer to me saying that you have to have walls in your dungeon. He said it's bad because it gives them something to destroy. It's like, as long as they don't have anything to destroy, I've won. That's it.
Okay.
Apart from, the dungeon.
I have a behemoth now.
This is
you're
an
a
excellent design question.
Oh god, I'm slow in the water. Yes, what is the question?
What will
I'll read
happen
it
if a
whilst
stone
walking.
bridge that has traps on it is captured?
The traps get destroyed.
It's a risk that you can mitigate by using wooden bridges.
Okay, something is going wrong.
Or by
What's
building more
happened to my camera?
to prevent it from getting claimed.
Oh, I know what happened. I used the charge ability, and I don't think possession mode can handle that yet. I'm gonna leave possession. Okay. Yeah.
Good
You're gonna
job.
run through the wall here.
Yeah.
Okay. That happened.
I've got to say as well, I think one of
Oh,
my
God.
favourite design improvements we've made over
Oculus has entered
Dungeon Keeper is the fact that you can put traps on stone bridges. It looks so good. It's just something that adds little to the game.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. It gets worse in a second. I leave possession, and then, like, suddenly everything really ruins itself.
Oh my god! What the hell is this fucking Wonka wide? What the hell is going on?
Anyway,
Why possession is a work in progress, yeah. Demixie, will you bring back the Jack-in-the-Box trap? No.
Josh, Nano says you can fix that by possessing.
yeah, no, I know.
The golden rule here is that we're not actually making Dungeon Keeper.
We're making war for the overworld.
We're making war for the overworld. It is its own intellectual property. And
Right
it has nothing from Dungeon Keeper in it, which includes a Jack-in-the-Box trap.
This AI is really rude. Keeps healing his scar.
your dungeon.
Also, my behemoth seems to be not doing enough damage. That seems incorrect amount of damage. He should just destroy it.
Clearly, you need to buff it so you can not lose.
I mean, I shouldn't have a behemoth, but he seems underpowered right now. Ah, the oculi are here. I must win now.
He's always been overpowered.
They're having a staring competition. Let's get rid of this, and then we can just have Oculus versus Oculus.
Oculus versus
Oh,
Oculus.
you just heard him drop all of his cultists. Oh god, how many units does he have?
The Behemoth does have one of the coolest models in the game. The design is just great.
I think back when the concept art was first shown up, it was one of my favourite things to have a look at.
Yeah.
It's the
We're
kind of
going
art
to
that I put on
have-
my wall.
We're going to have a war of cultists versus cultists, just so we can appreciate the death noises.
Just so we can appreciate how terrible cultists are at everything. Apart from being support units.
I'm not sure you made enough, Josh.
I'm making enemy cultists now.
Okay.
You should spawn 100 Chundas and see how that breaks the game.
You can just hear the cries of dying cultists.
So as the question is slowed down a little bit, remember to put a Q before your question so that we can easily identify it in the chat. Here's a couple of questions from Facebook. Alistair McFarlane asks, would
Who's
you
he?
rather fight 100 micro piglet-sized chundas or one behemoth-sized chunda?
Shouldn't that be a behemoth-sized micropiglet?
No, I think behemoth-sized chunda. I think he's going off the what the chunda does.
What did I have for breakfast today?
What did you have for breakfast today? He had waffles. Or he had ramen.
I had a cup of coffee from a petrol station and half a bottle of red wine.
I
French
had
white wine.
a curry because the first time I ate today was at like 8 o'clock PM.
I'm sorry, James. Did you just say white wine?
Yeah, that's all there was left.
We're not friends anymore.
This is a question for Josh, really. Again from Facebook, Dodek Villain. What a name. In my opinion, currently researching sins seems to be a bit too fast. Are you designing multiplayer and skirmish maps to be quick matches, or do you plan to adjust sins research and slow progress a bit?
So, yeah, we have been tweaking that internally. It's actually at the stage where it's too slow right now. I need to tune it back up. I think I went too far with making it slow. But yeah, we are working on that. It's going to be slower than it is in the live build, but not really slow.
And of course it slows down over time as well, so it starts off really quick and then it'll slow down over time, making the archive more and more. Apparently the AI is saying, "Oh my GGWP human."
Have you started making Stephen Fry the video game featuring Stephen Fry starring as Stephen Fry yet, or will he be a special DLC vampire skin? Why is Stephen Fry a vampire?
This is because we were talking about a game with Stephen Fry in our last live stream.
Right.
If you remember.
No, we have Stephen Fright.
Stephen Fright is the AI.
Yes.
Koya has a follow-up question to possess. Go ahead.
Oh, do you want to go first?
Follow-up question about possession. Will it be possible to attack or interact with objects while in possession mode? Yes, indeed, it will be possible to do those things. Maybe some other things too.
I think the only thing I can imagine you not being able to do is probably like defense parts and maybe picking up artifacts.
Yeah, no, that probably won't work.
Given the fact that you can pick them up in RTS view anyway, certainly the defense parts, there's not much point to it because you can just drop it on top of the defense. So, oh, James has answered.
I'm just typing, then also speaking.
Oh, we could actually also have
later.
That's redundant behavior, James.
Well,
So-
no, because some people will watch it of VOD later.
Yeah, they will watch it in the video on demand. So I suppose answering the questions vocally as well. A question that was asked by
vocally only.
Wolfus is how many campaign missions already made and how many are there going to be? I believe the total of campaign missions is going to be 14, and the vast majority of them,
11.
11, have been completely scripted and are undergoing internal testing right now.
I don't think
the
it's
last
possible
one.
for me to not suck at the game.
The big thing with the campaign is that we've done most of the work very, very quickly, so it's not like there's much that needs to be done, it just needs to be polished up more than anything. That's why we're testing it, giving feedback.
GMZ Paxos, are you talking about this floor? This floor is actually water, and we do need to make it look more like water. That's why it's a bit green.
It's also not extremely visible on the stream either.
Yeah, it doesn't really
it's a
show up
little
very well on
muted.
stream
Yeah.
quality.
Yes, the fiery tiles as brimstone. You can't mine that. You can blow it up though.
You should show yourself blowing it up by cheating, like you always do.
Hey, I actually don't need to
Cheater.
cheat to do that. I can do
Good
that
damage.
without cheating. There you go.
Sergian Storm Rage.
Hey,
Well, the
Robert.
succubus have a less demonic model with more human-esque, similar to Dungeon Keeper 2. Her model is final. We had a lot of discussions back when she was first revealed, and actually went back and redesigned her a bit. So what you see is what you'll be getting.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry if that
She's a
disappoints.
very pretty lady.
She is a pretty
She is.
lady.
Question asked by Colonel Grotskool, can we see a different dungeon theme skin for the next game? So you mean just...
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, we can do multiplayer level Lee.
Why didn't you just show off, like, the campaign level 12?
Oh, because it's not finished.
Yeah, don't show off 12. Don't show off 12. No! God, don't spoil that. Jesus.
No, we're not showing up 12.
I would slap you so hard.
I miss my dominatrix too. Fortunately, you can always spend a weekend in Vegas.
And there you have it. That's the answer to your question. Question: how large maps what's the largest size map that the game supports?
128 by 128 is probably like as large as we're gonna go. I mean, it can technically support larger, but the larger you get, like, it just performs like shit. So
And it's 16,000 tiles for you to
yeah,
explore.
it's pretty damn big. You don't need them to be that big. It's just unnecessary. Oh, I can possess this crackpot. Crackpots have really cool. Is this not my crackpot? It is my crackpot.
Again, from BioWolfus, a question that's asked every single live stream: will there be random map generation in Skirmish? There will be no random map generation. The reason being that it would be incredibly difficult to generate a balanced random map that works really well in an RTS. Especially with the kind of terrain that we have. So it's like you could have brimstone just popping up in the middle of nowhere, impenetrable rock, all sorts of things that just make progress difficult. That's not what we want. So all maps are designed. But on the bright, there's no reason why you couldn't just, I suppose, write a program that randomly creates a map for yourself and then make it in the editor. And that eventually becomes a thing. So
My potion throwing. There we go. Instead of see it working, bang.
Question from Darkwin: will there be more visible visual cues for unit selection, slaps, etc.? Currently, sometimes it's difficult to pick up single-out units. And Kirsty, no one misses F, whatever his name is. Get nightmares. So, visible visual cues for unit selection, I'm guessing you mean hovering over. I think the cursor is still undergoing overhauls. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the oldest part of the game.
cursor.
I am darn sure it is the oldest part of the game.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, so it's still undergoing work, so it should be a bit better in the final. I mean, there's only so much we could do without giving you, like, a list of every unit in combat, which would just make it too easy.
Speaking of work in progress, lighting. I don't know what's
Still in
going
progress.
on. Don't know what's going on there.
Oh, the tavern.
Yeah.
Here's a confusing question from Courier something. It's a color I can't read. Hi, I read on the forums that the 200 tier Kickstarter theme will be obtainable later during a charity event. Have you decided on when you're doing this?
We haven't decided on when, but we decided that it's like almost certain that it will happen. It will probably happen within like the first 6 to 8 months of launch. So you won't have to wait too long for that.
Question, is Dante coming to Res so I can have his children?
No.
I'm not going to Res. I wish I was. But unfortunately, there are legal issues preventing me from entering the United Kingdom.
A long story.
Think of that what you will. Question, will there be Easter egg minions with special names? All of the minions in the game, with the exception of some special enemy units, will have names submitted by our backers. And the ones which have smaller pools will have randomly filled in names by us. So, not particularly.
They currently do have names, like the behemoth, for example, is called Stefan Heinichen.
Yes!
This cultist is called Pierre Nuboucher. Stefan Bishop, the cultist.
Oh my god, hit that slut. It's cheating on me with you.
There's a Stefan Boucher, the worker. Stefan Richmond, the Skarg.
So many Stefans.
I know, right? The cynical
so
imp.
original.
There is no cynical imp. What's a cynical imp?
Cynical imp. What's a cynical what?
I don't know. There is no such thing. Does the Joker imp still exist? No, he does not.
Hi, I had read on the forums that the $200 tier Kickstarter theme would be attainable later during a charity event. Have you decided when you were doing this?
Just did that.
We just did that. Were you not here?
Did you? No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did
Question,
you say?
will the game ever perform better in the near future? Yes. Yes, it will perform better in the near future.
Yes.
Oh, Frank Star.
It's for a good comparison of how the performance has improved. Back when I first started playing this game, which was a long time ago, the the performance was so bad that on my system, which has 2 really, really good graphics cards, we'll just say, I couldn't get more than 20 FPS.
I got like
And now
6.
I get a solid 60, so it is getting there. It is getting there. Alex Slayer asks, can we get 12-player maps?
Jesus. Good lord, no.
We've been internally testing 4-player at the moment. That's fun.
It didn't work. Well, I mean, it did work. Hang on.
It did work for a while.
This was the end of the 4-player game.
Josh can't even lose gracefully.
That was the wrong image. There we go.
Will the game be released by the time Lee actually sees this message? The game's out now.
Almost.
Almost. Almost. Very close. Very close.
As you can see here, I had taken over 3 of the dungeons, and when I killed the 4th core, the game crashed. It's very sad.
Question from...
I suppose you were the host.
I was the host, yes.
I saw your units walking through my walls, so...
Yeah.
Are you streaming at 20 FPS, or is the game tanking the PC? Well, streaming doesn't help.
No, the game was running about 25 to 30 there. So, not spectacularly, but that's going to be improved upon.
Yes.
Question from Sophia Halls. I know you're planning to release extra levels with additional patches after the release, but will you be working on a sequel to the game? Right now we have ideas, but the current plan is finish this and then
Finish
see
this,
what we want to
and
do
then
afterwards.
We'll be working on extra content for this game before we even consider working on a sequel.
Right. There's plenty of stuff we still want to do.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that the people who've shown us good faith and invested in the game get their money's worth.
Yeah,
For a while.
there is also the flex goal. So the flex goal, I think, depending what it is probably going to be free for the backers.
Oh, the flex goal will be free for the backers, and depending on what it is, it might be free for the other players as well. Basically, if it's survival mode, it will be free for everyone. If it's campaign thing, then it will be a DLC for non-backers. But we'll see. We'll see what people vote for. That should be we should be launching that within the next 2 weeks. By the way, the backer site with the flex goal voting. So yeah, when and I guess just as a heads up, when we do launch it, we're going to be inviting people in waves, so we don't have everyone at once and destroy it, because that would be tragic. But it will be sort of over the course of 3-4 days. Can we please have tiles that can be dug out faster for $5?
Sand.
No. Are you surprised for having that you? Oh god, I can't read words. Okay, let's
Makes
try
the
this.
entire level into sand.
Let's try again. Are you surprised that you have such a supporting and, might I say, patient fan base? Yes, and we are very thankful.
Mm-hmm.
But I still can't read. Okay. Next question. That's not a question. I'm not going to read that.
Did you talk about Steam Workshop support?
No. Where is that?
Overlord Gehist asks, will it have Steam Workshop support?
That's not even on my screen. Okay.
That's because I'm like miles above in the.
Yeah, we want to have Steam Workshop for maps and for Underlord personalities, for skirmish mode and for multiplayer. Those probably won't be in at launch, but it's something that we'll do after launch. I'm not sure, we just haven't looked at that yet. I mean, our 1.0 release really is, we just want the basic features of the game to be solid, and then we are going to, keep working on stuff.
Kirsty mentions that Prison Architects.
I'm not going to read out your question, but I will just give my personal opinion that if that was a short-term possibility, we would probably all be dead in a ditch.
Where is that?
I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, I see that question, Dante.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. I think that would be the case. Somebody would be out for blood.
Okay, we're going to play multiplayer game now, Lee. So we can look at some themes.
Are we going to play a multiplayer game? When are we having the Empire theme multiplayer? When? Josh?
Dunno.
That's the only theme I want to play. Ba-da-da-dum. After eating.
So I will go. I guess standard Rascals everyone has seen. Sovereign? Should I go Sovereign? I'll go Founders theme because we're going to have Sovereign theme in that level we're going to show later on.
I'll go Kickstarter.
Yeah. Go.
Because question:
green.
Will War for the Overworld feature any exploding kittens? The answer is no. Even Underlords aren't quite that depraved. That's awful. You should be
We have
ashamed of yourself.
exploding pigs that are kitten-sized. That's it, though.
Yeah, but nobody cares about pigs. I mean, pigs are filthy animals. Kittens are adorable.
Yes. Will maps be limited to set tile sets? Will maps be limited to set tile sets, or will every map be customizable with user tile sets? If you're talking about the textures, there are actually going to be multiple texture sets. And I guess we'll let users pick which one they want for their map, but you won't be able to make your own to include in your map, mainly because you could like draw a penis on the tile, for example, and put it on Steam Workshop, and that it wouldn't be okay. It's also like a real pain to have like asset files that we have shared on Workshop alongside the maps. So no, we could, for example, have a competition where we allow people to create their own texture sets, and we then include the best ones in the game for people to use. Lee, can you click ready? Thank you. So that's most certainly something we can do. Like, we'll probably do that with skirmish maps. People can make some skirmish maps, and then our favourite ones will actually patch in for people to use. Why do I have a standard theme core?
I don't.
Okay. Whatever. Whatever.
What have you done? Where are you? Let's have a look. Boop. Yeah, you have a standard theme core.
Why are the Veins of Evil all unlocked?
What?
I don't know. You have a standard theme core for me as well.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
So the host has a standard theme core. When did this start happening? It wasn't happening yesterday, was it?
I'm going to restart the game.
Oh, okay. That's why it's kicking me out then.
Frankster asks, question, will you design, I assume redesign the multiplayer lobby? It's horrible.
Yes.
Yes.
There will also be instructions on how to properly port forward and set up your games and stuff. Because the question that we keep getting asked is, oh, I can't see any games. That's the reason why.
Yeah. Actually, in fact, at the top left of the multiplayer menu, it does say placeholder in large text. So, yes. Happening. Okay. I need to, actually commit my thing. I'm really confused as to what's going on here.
So what game is this again?
What game is this again? Really, Dante?
Yeah.
The
It looks
answer that
really
I
good.
really want to say...
It's Dungeon Keeper
the
3.
Kirsty, the thing about Prison Architect is, yes, Prison Architect are going to be at Res, and we have been, right next to Prison Architect. Well, the last 3 events we've been to.
Us and Prison Architect and Maya and Volume and other games are all sharing a room at Res.
Mm-hmm.
It's the coolest room at Res,
James,
and you should go there. We will have snacks and t-shirts and us.
And the developers are all going to... The developers of those games are all going to share a hotel room at Res.
Are we?
Yes. Of course we are.
Okay. Will WFTO support tournaments or clan lobbies? Probably not. You're gonna have to do that yourself. But that shouldn't really be too difficult to do yourself using Steam's, actual built-in grouping features. Right, let's try the multiplayer again.
Alex Slayer asked, can we have modes which add weird mechanics, like a game mode where you can't build slaughter pens, but every time you mine a tile you get a micro piglet?
Yes. What?
Well,
Please
okay,
put it
so
in now.
that second part, no, but there are, and okay, this might not be working at launch again. We have mutators in. They actually all sort of fully work. The difficulty is exposing them in the skirmish lobby and making sure it doesn't break stuff. because you can break the game very easily with our mutators. So we have those, and they're mainly used in the campaign right now. So, like as an example, in each campaign level, you start with a different amount of things unlocked and a different amount of things which you can't unlock, and a small set of things which you are able to unlock within the level. So that's all kind of by mutators. There's all mutators which change, like starting gold, how fast research is, how many workers you have, how fast workers are, can you mine walls, anything. So that's all there, and it will be in skirmish and multiplayer at some point, but it's probably not going to be for launch. Founders. There we go.
Peter Tux, that sounds like a bug. Or you're playing a map without actual AI?
Yeah, you might be playing a map without AI. Okay, I have the correct core now. It's cool and orange.
I have Raskos's core.
How? How does that even
know.
happen?
I'm just going to pretend that I conveniently lost the ability to read chat around the time that Alex Slayer asked his question.
You do have Raskos's core in pink.
Sure.
Look how beautiful this is. This pink. Okay, I ran out of mana. But you can still
That
see
is
it.
super cool, though. That's really nice.
So pink. I think Raskos's core is the one that looks the strangest in any other colour.
I know.
Poor
God,
Raskos.
it looks like a cheap Taiwanese brothel.
What?
I think this is the way in. Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. I'll just play with the pink thing. Those chains.
So mopey, Lee.
Chains, yeah.
Rush him. Play as good as Stephen Freight.
Play as good as Steve. No one plays as good as Stephen Fry. Immediately, I know that I've not played as good as Stephen Fry because, first of all, I tagged gold tiles when I don't need to. I've made rooms bigger than I need to get them dug really quickly. I've not cast Obey on my imps.
You're not casting. Okay, Stephen Fry is so efficient that if my worker needs to walk from here to here, he will cast Recall to teleport the worker to here because he knows that's faster to get the worker. It's like, it's insane. It's dumb. It's just it's outrageous.
Okay.
Alex Slayer, yeah. Crusty.
Dante.
Okay, thank you, Dante.
Crusty and moist, Alex Slayer. Crusty and moist.
Okay, Dante. I think we're done here.
Is there a toilet room? No, but there's an amusing bug which we'll show you later.
Question from Assatir something Dalek. Will you be able to change the tile color of our dungeon in the campaign? For the purpose of this story, no, simply because you're playing as one character and it wouldn't make much sense if for some reason your core changed halfway through it. And also in future content we might have you meet up with the player of this game in a situation that you've either already been in or just as another Underlord. So no.
The player Underlord is called Ed Balls. And Ed Balls is known to use the heart of a mythical god to grant himself powers over taxation. And that's basically it.
Bulls.
It's with this beast pen, Josh.
It's for beasts.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah.
I've noticed too many.
James, don't you dare.
Josh, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna win this, Josh.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh no, you are.
Why, have you broken all your workers already?
I may have broken my workers.
We need that as that's a base card in the game, Kirsty. Should know this.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
I need another cultist.
Sorry that we might be missing your questions now.
I'll keep reading them. Question: will the editor or the Steam Workshop give us the power to create our own creatures or rework them? It's for...
No, basically.
Probably not. I mean, the only thing that could happen is if the editor got amazing and you could use our scripting, you can actually sort of like make special versions of units.
Yeah, so the scripting system, Mighty Quest, is actually able to modify unit templates on the fly. So one of our levels has like modified versions of a unit, and that's not actually a whole new unit in the game. It's just the scripting system has taken the unit and gone, no, get rid of this, add this, on the fly within the level. So it's capable of doing that for
Underminer unlocked.
for when you want to do that. Sorry, for when we make that available, which I don't know if that's actually ever going to happen, because the scripting system is really complicated.
Question: does Josh's milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?
Yes.
Yes.
If we had a yard.
Don't worry, Josh. We'll have a yard soon.
It's merely an outdoor freezer because we live in the United Kingdom.
Sophia Halls. Dante, what was your favorite line that you said up game? I think it was something that James wrote. Something along the lines of, why don't you leave home to your... Oh, that's right. All of your family is dead.
He says that he cuts out.
Yeah.
Well, you can blame my fantastic New Zealand internet for that.
I will.
Hawkish internet. Best internet.
It's a pretty good line, though. I have to take my word for it.
Okay, what I want to do is
This is a fun one. Question: have you had any moments during development that made you go, man, we'd really love to add this, but we can't? We've had a lot of moments like that.
Every day.
There's tons of stuff that would always be fun to add. It would just, if you keep adding all the fun stuff, we are in development forever. And we can't afford that. Plus, then you guys would never actually get the game. Well, maybe you would, but it would constantly be a work in progress. That's not terribly fun.
Your minions have researched a solution for you.
That's from Streamobert.
I would really like
Streamobert.
if my units were working. if my workers were still working.
Nah.
There's a couple of them that are just dead. Oh.
Working
Or
isn't
in
Feather
visible.
wants to
I'm
know,
not sure.
why does the imp glow purple after finishing the Underminer? Why does the worker glow purple after finishing the Underminer?
That's because I casted Obey on him, which makes him purple.
James,
I
let's
will now
put some money down.
demonstrate.
Okay.
I've got $50 on Lee.
What kind of odds you giving me?
I don't fucking know. 3 to 1?
Dante,
3 to 1?
that is the worst bet you have ever taken.
Okay, I'll take it, but
I don't know what numbers
I-
mean. Have I made a mistake?
yes. Streamobert, you can actually play the first couple of campaign levels right now if you have the game. Just pop it open on Steam and let it update, and you'll see the first, is it 3 or 4 now?
3.
The first 3, all with placeholder VO, so don't worry, Richard hasn't gone anywhere. And they'll have placeholder VO, but that'll give you an example of some of the campaign levels.
He's been replaced by Dante.
We are recording with Richard in 5 days, on the 29th. So, now-
So excited.
so excited.
So excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sophia Halls wishes to know, in the campaign mode, will you be able to carry over / transfer gold items between levels? No, you will not be able to. Well, in a sense, in a little bit, kind of, but I can't tell you more about it because it would be spoilers.
Yeah. The thing is, we've designed each level to be its own sort of unique experience. Whereas, like in, as an example, Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2, the level after level they followed pretty much the same formula, so carrying stuff between them was okay. In our game, level to level, the formula changes quite wildly, so carrying stuff between them is like not okay.
Also, it makes it much harder to balance levels if people
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Tico Pico says make Richard smoke a few spliffs to have him talk all mellow. We're definitely
Can
changing
you
the direction of the
imagine
voice.
how rad it would be to go and just get blazed as hell with fucking Richard writings? Can you imagine that? That should have been one of our backing tiers. Holy shit.
Smoke pot with Richard writings. Shit, no, because then we just spend all of our own money financing our game.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, you and I. Just. What's up, Richard? Yep. There was a question. Will the cultists be team colored?
No.
No. That's the silliest idea I've ever heard.
I don't know, James. I've had sillier ideas.
Probably from
You.
I was gonna say a different name.
Fireheart47 asks, how are things with Richard? Is voicing with him completely finished? And do you guys get to meet any more if they are?
No. As we just mentioned, we have another session with him on the 29th. We're probably going to have like 4 sessions in February. We've like actually not recorded that much with him. We're going to basically be doing it all in one pass near the end. We've been using placeholder VO just to sort of get all the wording good.
And the script is in an increasingly good condition. So we're kind of saving up for when everything is completely perfect, and then we'll go and get the final dialogue recorded.
Oh, right. So the thing I was going to say to Tico Pico earlier is to have him talk all mellow. We are changing the voice direction a bit, and he will be much calmer than he currently is. Yes, that's all I got. Andrew, stop the emoticons. I will time you out, sir. I'll do it.
Probably will,
Bashiso
'cause he's
Kawaii
pathetic.
Desu.
Unlocked.
The Prune asks, does that mean that he will narrate intros and outros of the levels? Yes, indeed he will. You'll get a little bit of, it will feel nostalgic.
I appear to have no money.
That was
Yes,
a silly idea.
Lee, I need you to lose. Tell you what, if you lose, I'll give you half the money Dante.
Oh, I'm going to lose, James. Don't you worry.
Okay, I'm not going to give you half the money that Dante bet me.
Wait. Damn.
If you lose and James gives you half the money, you have to give half of that money to me.
Can I have some money?
No.
No.
I'm going to go with Dante. It's,
Gosh, it's terribly inefficient.
you sound like a respectable and reliable individual.
Wow.
Question, have you finalized the endgame clip? Will the player ever reach the overworld? Can we talk about the thing?
The thing.
The thing that we're doing?
I don't think for the end, no.
There's going to be cutscenes. That's
Yes, there
all
will
we're
be
saying.
some cutscenes.
There will be between 2 and 4 cutscenes.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Pyreg, after this map, Josh will show you one. Will show off the placeholder world map. It'll end up being a 3D thing, kind of like in Dungeon Keeper 2 and all the Dungeon Keepers. And you'll select the level, and it'll sort of move up and be all awesome and animated and gorgeous.
Lee, the whole having
well, thank you.
insulated walls only works when you actually fortify them.
Yeah, but I don't exactly have much control over my work at this moment.
Oh yeah, I remember that doesn't work for the client. Oops.
Yeah.
This is something I actually really like. We actually have themed door frames for each theme, so you can see he has like bony ones with stone that matches the stone. And then if I build the door, for example.
Oh dear. Did I just? I think I did. I think I just broke
very-
the list.
I really like the themed doors.
Oops.
That looks really nice, yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you walking into that wall? In my archive, is there a cultist walking into? Oh no, never mind. He's recalculated his path. He's worked it out. It's okay. We're
There's
safe.
nobody in your archive. There's a chamber.
Hey, James.
Yes,
What's your favorite
Dante.
video game?
Path of Dota.
Are you sure? Because I've got this hot new video game that's straight off the presses called War for the Overworld.
Straight off the presses? What's
Available
it about?
now on Steam Early Access.
What's Steam Early Access? Can
I
I
don't
trust
think
them?
it's. I don't think it's
This
available.
sounds like a scam.
It's when you pay money for games that may never be completed.
Okay.
Well, Dante gets right to the point, I guess.
Huh. Can you gift me a copy? So I can
I
beta
can
test
give
it
you a
out for
copy
you?
right now. In fact, I love this game so much, I'm going to buy the 4-pack, available now for 75%. Wait a minute.
It's not available now.
But Dante, yes, I have heard of that game, and it sounds like a blast. I should go on
I
Steam Early
suspect
Access
it will be
right
Game
now.
of the Year 2013.
I should click on
2013.
this link and purchase copies for me and all of my friends and my family.
I will do that right now.
I'm doing that right now. I'm buying 10 I just bought like 30 copies.
So while they're doing that, can we get cool, super poly, awesome leaked cutscenes, like a certain other game, with a number 2 at the end of it, and starting with dungeon, with a
I like
keeper
how
in the
we
middle?
said Dungeon Keeper a handful of times, but this time you dance around it.
There will be cool cutscenes, and there will be between 2 and 4 of them.
Oh, Nedra asks, so how far would you say War for the Overworld is done right now, percentage-wise?
Ah.
We're getting pretty close, right?
So, okay, so for our release date, yeah, pretty damn close. But we want to do more after release. So, that's hard to say.
We'll say 83%.
That
sounds-
is a number. I don't know where the number came from, but that's a
I
number
just-
that does exist.
I chose it at
It's
random.
in pi somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, it's 3.18357.
Wow.
this?
Okay.
Did I do an 8.3 in there? My brain sort of farted. Oh, Josh, why don't you have a sanctuary? These looks really pretty. Will you build one? Or you're broke.
I'm not broke anymore.
You look pretty broke.
Plunder has entered your dungeon.
Lee, he's coming for you.
Is he?
Question from Wrinkly Prune.
I am
Will your
going
video game include violence or other sinful and/or satanic rituals?
yes, pretty much all of those things. Yes, I'm coming for Lee, and I'm going to do it in a spectacular fashion. So
Yes.
Lee, don't dig down your walls for the moment. I want to do something cool.
Okay.
Defense complete.
I need
If you give me some time with the limited amount of cultists, I can do something cool in response. Maybe.
It won't work. There won't be any of them left. Oh, you're gonna... Oh, I see. Right.
Byhard47 asks, what games do you guys play when you aren't working on War for the Overworld?
League of Legends.
In my case, I play Dota 2 because I actually like good games, and I like having fun with mechanically interesting video games.
Yes, with choices.
Yeah.
Interesting choices. And a high skill cap.
I'm also allergic to colors, so I can't really play League of Legends.
I've been playing Heroes of the Storm recently.
Oh, me too. It's so much. Oh, Lee, we should play together.
You're
No,
I only
discussing
play
an
Nova because I'm an
American-
asshole.
Yeah, I know you are. Fucking asshole.
Research sins, you cultists. I need
God,
sins.
why is assembly so far down the tree?
Yeah, I know. I'm having the same issue on the other side.
Has entered your dungeon.
I need more cultists. I mean, 2 of my cultists are brain dead, so that doesn't help.
God.
Yeah, so at the moment there's a bug in multiplayer where the client can't pick up and drop units because they'll go brain dead.
It is excellent. Have you considered putting in map portals to allow easier transportation of units across the map? You know, we actually almost had that as something you could build. So yes, we have considered it. We decided against it in the end because for the amount of effort we could put different things in that were cooler, basically. I don't know, it might be something that we actually add as part of a mini campaign after launch. Like it's kind of something neat you could design some levels around specifically.
Brinkley Prune asked, would you feel a small sense of accomplishment if a religious group publicly demoted your game?
Oh, yes.
Small?
Yes.
I'd have a stiffy for a week.
Ember Rift unlocked.
Alex asks, when the game hits mainstream, what is your plan for Zealot Religious People, Soccer Moms United, and the Feminists 2? No plan? People can buy the
Probably
game
not
or
the feminists
not buy it?
much.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have much to complain about.
No. Soccer moms, well, maybe.
Maybe?
I get the impression that they just... What are they?
Right.
What are they?
What are they even?
Some of them are hot, Dante.
Oh, cougars.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Hey, James, you want to go pick up some chicks? Want to go to a bar and
Yeah.
find some
let's-
50-year-old women who have lost control of their lives?
Hold on, I need to find my baseball cap.
Okay.
I'm glad that tickled you.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm poor again.
Complete.
So poor. Why so poor?
Question, when you finish the game, will you consider to resurrect other great franchises like Overlord? No, we're making Theme Hospital next. This has been confirmed by multiple people on our
No,
forums a year ago.
Whoa!
we aren't making Theme Hospital.
Oh no, that was a joke, sorry. We're making Theme Hospital, but we're not. We are.
James, no. Stop.
What? What did I do, Lee?
Everybody would be like,
What did I do, Lee?
Brinkley Prune asks, on a more politically correct note, how many of your creatures are female? Well, we've got the succubus, the chanda, the priestess,
Augur.
the augur,
I
yeah.
thought the auger was...
Technically, all of those goblin kin are sort of super gender. You know, they've got everything. They've got the whole shebang. They're
Thing is, they
loaded
have
down, you know?
bits and pieces from all kinds of parts.
Yeah, they've got all sorts of... It's a party. As for the rest of them, I think most of the...
Your minions have received.
Sorry, I think most of the female characters are on the Imperial side, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, that's correct.
Most of them. I'm finding a list including the thing. Where the hell is this spreadsheet?
On the Empire side, we have the Arcanist, the Huntress, the Priestess, and the Matriarch, along with some bosses which are yet to be revealed. On the Underworld side, the only, I guess, explicitly, obviously female unit is the Succubus, but we have plenty of units which are genderless, like, you know, outwardly, like, the, you know, the Chanda and the Augur and all of the beastie undead units. Like, the only obviously male unit on the Underlord side is the Cultist. Every other unit could arguably be one or the other.
Yeah, so including all bosses, all boss characters, and normal units, it's 9 females total.
Right. I will now activate my ritual.
Question from Darkirin. Will there be any map-specific hidden spells, rooms, etc.?
In the campaign, yes.
Yes, actually, there is.
Couple.
Defense complete. Defense.
And an additional question from, I'm afraid I can't read that because I'm colorblind, 10th Happy Doom, I think, or 10th Happy Doom. Question, is the Orgrim wall stronger than reinforced wall?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is. Question, oh god, it's happening. Wait,
Why-
that's a statement.
Why did these walls get left behind?
No idea.
Okay.
Bruno asks, is there a voice on the barge yet? If so,
Shit, did you just do that?
I have no idea whether it's worked or not.
You have to click them to activate them. The mesh
Oh,
is
you have
invisible
to
right
click
now.
them. Ah.
So yes, Lee tried to build a replacement set of walls, but after the ones I blew up.
Has entered your dungeon.
But he hasn't activated them yet. Nor do I think he can activate them as the client.
They're activated on my side.
No.
So if your halls asks, being daft, but will players be able to play as the Imperial side on the campaign maps?
No spoilers.
Oh, there's something really weird going on here now. Yeah, so the Orgrim walls, they appear for the client, but I'm guessing they've not appeared for the host.
Nope.
I looked at things, yeah, because I see my workers walking through them. Okay, and that's the first time we tried Orgrim walls. Oh, it would have been so good. I wasn't sure whether they activated automatically because replacement Earth does. But
Hey, no lightning.
lightning's the best.
How does it get underground?
Lightning.
Yeah.
Evil magic.
Whoa. There's evil magic in this game?
No.
That's spooky as hell.
Oh, or no, sorry, your question. Does the Bard have his voice yet? And if so, can we hear it? The Bard does have his voice. It has not been...
Well,
it's
he's
kind of
got
been
his voice
replaced.
actor, but he
Yes.
hasn't been correctly recorded yet. We know who we're using, and it's going to be pretty good. It is not me, and it is not, unfortunately. I still kind of wish that Josh would do a character, but
Maybe I will do a character. But it will not be the bard. I'm destroying this beautiful pink organ.
Aw.
I have destroyed it.
I am
Gosh.
defeated.
Gosh, confirmed jerk.
well, there you go, James. There's your $50. Thanks a lot, Lee.
Here you go, Lee.
Great.
Here's
You're
your
welcome,
$25.
10 out of 10.
Thank-
Big fucking golf claps.
Or no, he has not
Thank you,
skipped out on it.
James.
We simply have
Hey
a better-
Dante, here's your $12.5.
Thank you. I'll spend this on
We all made a profit here.
Apart from Dante.
he made
cans
a
of
profit.
delicious Coca-Cola Zero, available now in a supermarket near you.
Coca-Cola Zero. It makes you hum.
What?
Hum? Hum? What? Josh, we told someone that you were going to show them the campaign map before you do another thing.
Okay. Well, first of all, I have to alt F4.
The gaming Gallifrey,
Notes.
the gaming Freyan, the gaming Freyan. Do you plan on integrating some
Gaming
kind of
Gallifreyan.
anti-cheat? I can't
Please.
read. There's no spaces there. You need spaces.
The
to make
gaming
words.
Gallifreyan.
Oh, God's sake.
Gaming
You are
Gallifreyan.
a word man.
I know, but I use real ones
You do
with
words for
spaces.
no, you can
but
read
with
the
spaces,
goddamn
I
person's
can't.
name.
I can't do crosswords for the same reason.
Okay, well I'll do it. Oh, crosswords.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. The question, right? Do you plan on integrating some kind of anti-cheat? It's so easy for the host to cheat right now. It's very annoying. Multiplayer is still kind of broken. That's why they can cheat easily.
Oh, yeah,
Most
the
of the time, it's not
multiplayer
them
is
cheating.
really...
It's just them being able to do things that the client can't do.
Yep. Okay, so campaign map again. Just to explain again, this is a placeholder. This is just concept art. The final thing is going to be 3D. This is sort of meant to be the top of a table, which would be it will be inside a large room, and you're sort of it's like a magic atlas table thing, and you're sort of looking down into this window inside the table, which is showing you this visualization of the world, basically.
Kairos.
Kairos, yeah, exactly. The things floating around are the Underlord realms. So each Underlord has their own home realm, and we've got 3 of them represented here, because you visit 3 of them throughout the course of the campaign.
Spoilers.
So, yeah, the 3 levels that are in the current live build is the tutorial, and then the first 2 levels here. Later on, we're going to be showing you this. It was broken. We need to fix it. I should be getting a new build of that soonish. And then there's more levels all the way around here, which we're not showing, not talking about today. But yes, that's that. So yeah, you sort of you'll click again, or placeholder. You'll get a text description, a voiceover, and yes, they'll raise up and down when you mouse over them, and it will be all nice and lovely. Anyway.
OP John A.exe asks, may I hear your reasoning for not going with the DK1 idea of gold for spells? Josh?
I just didn't find it compelling. I didn't like the Dungeon Keeper 2 method of the giant, massive mana pool either. The issue is both of them allowed you to save up a bunch of whichever resource it used and massively influence the level in a single area intensely for like 5 seconds, which sort of, especially in multiplayer, just was like really...
It's not fun.
No, it wasn't. So what we've done is we've taken like an energy system that you find in like... sorry, whilst I'm doing this, I'm just going to start the build with the fixed level. Hopefully, let me just check that has actually been fixed. Yes, it has. Okay. Yeah, so what we've gone with like an energy system, similar to how World of Warcraft, I think it's rogues have energy, and in League of Legends certain characters have energy, and probably other games, in that you have a short, very sort of small resource bar, but it regenerates very quickly, so it allows you to influence the world for brief amounts, but sort of do it all the time, as opposed to being able to save up this giant pool and then go BAM massively. We've instead added other ways for you to have large influences on the world, like rituals, for example, which you can only do what it once and you have to charge up, and they have map-wide effects. Potions, which they do cost money, so that's sort of the paradigm we've used. We thought some things are too powerful to have as spells, because if we have this short mana regen cooldown system, then having something like a create gold spell would just be really dumb. So instead we made that into... Well, we have that as part of rituals and potions. So we have a potion which allows you to generate gold in a certain way, and a ritual which allows you to generate gold in a certain way. But we don't just have a spell which you click and you make gold, because with a short cooldown that just doesn't make any sense, because you could just sit there going gold, 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 gold.
It would be incredibly annoying to micro as well, because if you weren't doing it, it'd be a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, it would just be dumb. Another reason why Dungeon Keeper 2 multiplayer was spectacular, by the way. Anyway, what else? Anyway, I mean, yeah, that's why we went with what we have for mana. I'm hearing echo from someone.
It's not from me.
Okay. Next question.
Next question.
Can you play some Nosgoth with fans? Joshua, we should play Nosgoth. That's what this is all about.
This is now a Nosgoth developer stream.
Yes, he is, and that's why he likes me so much.
So the question that Inovsky asked, will each area you have conquered on the campaign map be scorched, like in previous dungeon management games? Yes.
It might be, and we might show you a small bit of that.
Question, have you thought about
the
adding...
Twitter picture?
No.
Crinkly Prune asks, have you thought about adding VR support in a future expansion? I reckon that you tried the Rift at a convention or something. Yeah, so we did have Oculus Rift implemented. Nano did it in like an afternoon, but then took it out recently because it was breaking things. I'm sure at some point he'll probably end up putting it back in.
Yeah, probably. Nano is
I'm
like...
playing War for the Overworld right now.
Magical. So many friends.
Sophia Halls asks, for the multiplayer mode, will there be a visual progression record system, such as a trophy cabinet? Not planned, but that sounds like fun.
I think it sounds cool, but...
It does sound cool.
It would be something that would not be. Yes, 10th Happy Dune, the launch version will be 1.0.
Realistically, it's probably going to be like 1.0.12 or something.
It'll probably be a hot fix on day one patch, to be honest. Because the fact is that the copy going out on the discs will probably be 1.0, will it?
No, it's actually going to be like 0.7. But when you
And
put
then
it
it
in,
patched up to 1.0.
yeah, because it's a Steamworks build, so you'll literally install the game through Steam, and it will just patch.
Yeah, so launch phase 1.0.
Why do I oppose voicing the Bard? I oppose voicing the Bard because I want the game to not be shit. If I voice the Bard, it would just be shit. Like, that's it. There is no question. I don't want to put shit things in the game. If someone found a character and goes, Josh, if you voice this, it would genuinely be good, I would probably do it. But I'm not voicing the Bard because it would be shit.
Trust me, the new Bard will be well worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Right, we're going to make a map now, because we said we would do that.
Biol Wolfus. Will there be mini games in the future?
Mini games. Oh,
Like
yes. Not at launch, but we are going to have crazy things like that. But they won't be in at launch. We have really good ideas for that. Just
for
you
the
wait.
question about bonus secret missions, we don't talk about Easter eggs.
No spoilers, but there might be, but there might not be.
There
There might be. I'm a Lee. Shh.
I think everybody knows.
Can he
No one
voice the
knows,
Emperor?
that's the point.
I could voice the Emperor, couldn't I?
Could voice the
No,
Emperor.
that would still be shit.
Goten87 asks, we implant the unending game from DK2 in which where you can summon your enemies. So the sandbox mode where you get to like choose the enemies' levels and then they come in.
It's already in the game.
That's already in the game.
Yep.
Though it'll probably be improved after release and maybe a tad bit before.
Okay, so we are going to make a map now. We are going to base it off. So Nutter posted up a thread on the forums. Actually, now we'll say I told them to post it, but it was a secret because we're actually now going to use those designs and make maps out of them. So can everyone go to this thread here and pick a design you like, and then we're going to make it. We're probably going to modify it a bit, but we will make a map and then it will be in the next patch for you guys to play. Straw poll? No, I'm just going to be lazy and look at the chat.
Okay.
So, in the meantime, there are some questions. Somebody asked about the map editor. So the editor you're about to see is actually our internal Unity editor. You're not going to have access to that mainly because it requires Unity Pro and access to our source code, which isn't something that everyone is going to have. The editor that you are going to have probably shortly after launch, maybe at launch, is you'll be able to load up a menu, you'll be able to set the map size, and then it will basically load you like inside the game into an empty map of that size, and then you'll be able to click buttons and paint on the map, and then save out. The reason we're doing that is because it's actually really easy for us to do that, considering all of the stuff. Like, you can do that already. Like, aside from spawning the map at the size you want, you can actually already, with the debug console, draw and paint all over the map and save it out. It's just really broken. So we just need to fix it all and add nice
With no
buttons.
UI. Yeah.
And it'll work. And then obviously Steam Workshop support, so you can actually, upload and share the maps and import maps into the game. Like, there's a lot of stuff around that. All of those things are actually relatively trivial. Like, the difficult part is done. We just need to, tidy it up and make it user friendly. Is there one called Fiery Cave? I thought it was Fiery Citadel. The reason I think Fiery Citadel is because it's my favourite one. But we'll see what
That's
other
what
people.
you call it.
We'll see what other people think.
Zeno N asks, will you have to defend your territories against an enemy keeper attacks instead of attacking like normal? In the campaign, we'll have a couple of defensive levels. Not going to say how many or in what way you will need to defend. However, you will not always be tasked with go out and kill this dude to progress. So that would get a bit boring fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm. Every level has its own unique twist.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, so people have been asking how many levels they're going to be. It's the main campaign, if you play from start to finish, normally it's 13 levels. So it's not hugely long. But the reason we haven't got it hugely long is because we have made every level unique. Like, there isn't a copy and paste. And if you, as an
It's not
example,
a filler.
yeah, exactly. If you go and look at Dungeon Keeper 1 or 2, pretty much every level is the same thing with a slightly different layout. Like, we really didn't want to do that.
especially Dungeon Keeper 1.
Yeah, especially Dungeon Keeper 1. So we didn't want to do that. That's why the campaign itself isn't so long. So as we said, 13 levels. But those 13 levels, they are all really nice and unique. And there is going to be more. There is more than that. That will be coming over time. Remember, this is 2015, not 1999. We can click a button and your game updates and have new pretty things. Some of that's going to be free. Most of the initial stuff is going to be free, especially for people who buy at release. Should we talk about that? Yes, we'll talk about that in a moment. And later on, yes, some of it will probably be paid updates, but that's not what we're going to be doing initially. Anyway, the thing I just mentioned, free content. A thing we are doing, which is somewhat of an experiment, but we think it's cool, is if you buy our game before it goes on sale as part of a big Steam sale, so this is our alternative to a pre-order bonus. If you buy our game before it goes on sale as a big Steam sale, you're going to get the first DLC for free. The reason we're doing that is because the sort of culture of pre-order bonuses sort of forces users to go and buy the game before they've had an opportunity to read a review or whatever, which we don't think is particularly fair, but rewarding users for buying early, especially before it gets massively discounted, we think is something that's worth doing. So we feel this is a nice middle ground in doing that. Yeah, and sorry, to confirm, everyone who already has the game, all of our Kickstarter backers, if you bought it through PayPal or through Humble or whatever, everyone who has the game, somehow, before it gets put on sale, probably in the summer sale, so it'll probably be the first 3 to 4 months, you'll get the first DLC for free. I don't know, is there usually a spring sale on Steam? There's so many now.
This isn't like a sale every other week.
No, but they're big sales.
A big seasonal kind of event sale. Not for spring yet. Yeah. But they seem to be doing more and more things for the Chinese New Year. So maybe.
Well, yeah, but Chinese New Year's before the game released. Isn't that the end of February? And we release a week after that. Anyway. Yes, we know there's always a Steam sale. What we mean is they're big sales, like they're... Oh no, they did an Easter one last year. Whatever. It'll probably be at least a month. If there is one, if there's a sale a month after launch, we probably won't discount more than 10%. So I guess we'll say...
The first major sale.
Yeah, we haven't really figured out the details, that's just a rough idea. And, okay, so Nos has said, it's called buying the game. It's an odd concept from the past where you actually pay for the game and it will be complete so you don't have to pay extra for the updates. That is a fair point. The response we would have to that is that the game is going to be complete when you buy it. This content that we are talking about that we're going to add it doesn't exist and it's not going to exist at launch. And in the past, as an example, in 1999, that just wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have made that content. They would have just
Or they would have added a little bit more to it and then sold it as an expansion to the game.
Yes, exactly. So, things are changing, I guess, in that respect. So we are trying this as an alternative to a pre-order bonus. Mm-hmm. I think it's it's like an early buyer bonus thing. I don't know, whatever.
It's the best bonus.
I think the great thing about the industry now is that we have the opportunity to continue developing this game for as long as it is sustainable for us to do so.
Anyway,
and we can back it up with free bonuses for those who support us in more than those who just buy it in a sale as soon as it goes on.
The consensus seems to be Fiery Citadel, so let's do that. New scene.
Full screen borderless, is that coming anytime soon? Asks Go1087.
Borderless full screen. Unity actually supports it properly.
Yeah, borderless full screen isn't something that Unity 4 actually does properly. It can, but it's awful. Unity 5 is meant to bring in a lot of features that basically improve, multi-monitor support and, borderless full screen and stuff like that. So, when the game gets updated to Unity 5, which is entirely dependent on when Unity 5 is actually released, that will happen. Whether Unity 5 is released in time for us to update the game before launch is something we don't know. We literally do not know when Unity 5 is being released. We have already pre-ordered it, so it's not like it's not going to happen. It'll just happen.
So, couple of questions. Zenian asked, will we be receiving our boxed copies after launch or during release? I think that's the one thing that we can probably fulfill in release week, but I'm not sure.
What is...
The delivery of the boxed copies.
Oh, right, okay. We don't know yet, I'm going to be honest. The logistics of distributing our Kickstarter rewards is still up in the air. Those who are only getting boxed copies and t-shirts are likely to get their rewards sooner, simply because those are the rewards we're actually already going to have at launch. The other stuff, like the posters and the CDs and the mainly the statues, that's going to take a little while. So you might have to wait a bit. In addition, those of you who want your rewards signed, that's going to take more time as well. All of this is going to be included in the backer site, which we're launching in the next 2 weeks. You'll be able to say, you know, I want my stuff signed, or I don't want my stuff signed, and we'll say, you know, if you don't want it signed, you might get it sooner. As I said, it's questionable right now. We'll see. And yeah, you'll be able to select your t-shirt size and whatever design you want. We said we're going to show the designs. We'll show the designs in a moment. Yes. And what else? Your name for the credits, your name for the unit pool for naming units, all of that stuff. Everything to do with your Kickstarter rewards, that's going to be handled in that website soon. Other questions.
Shenpa asks, so will there be a season pass like all other games do?
No, because we have no idea what content we're actually going to be making. Okay, this idea of this content that we're going to be giving away for free, I kind of know what it's going to be. It's no more than an idea in my head. Nothing has actually even been written down. Like, that's how little we've thought about this post-release content. Like, we are just focusing on the game right now. So the idea of even considering a season pass is ridiculous, because not even we would know what it would contain.
The thing that you only have a lot of it got a plan for post-release content.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it will be dictated by backers saying what they want to play.
Yeah, how people respond to what they see at launch is going to change what our post-release plans are. It's completely going to be based on the reception that we get. So what you might see is, like, once we have a bunch of DLC, we might bundle it up and sell it as a bundle later. I don't know if that makes sense. We'll do that, but you know, pre-selling it as a bundle makes no sense because we don't know what's gonna be in the bundle. What's next?
Serpio asks, what about War for the Overworld in different languages other than English? Are the localizations ready?
We are having text-based translation into English, obviously English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Russian, and Polish. That's being started on early next month, and it'll all be ready in time for launch.
10th Happy Doom asks, how many creatures will the tavern table serve?
Each table will serve 4.
That's one for each side of the table.
Yeah. Nosgoth with fans, maybe.
Stop asking.
Not now.
Every time you ask, I say no.
What in the hell is Nosgoth?
It's a really cool game where you play as Edward Cullen and you kill Bella. I can't remember what I opted in for the Kickstarter. If you go to your Kickstarter profile, you will see what your reward contained. Otherwise, when we email you with access to the backer site, it will tell you what your reward contains. That will be there. If you don't care right now, it will all be sent to you, basically.
Arno Skeege asks, Dante, will you voice any of the in-game, or will you only be a stand-in for Richard?
I'll be voicing a few things in the game. I'm probably not going to go on record as saying what specifically, but yes, I'll be voicing a few things. Whether or not you'll recognize me is a separate question. I mean, it's likely that I'll be doing the priestess, but we'll see.
Feminine filters. Feminine filters always.
Simple as adding a filter.
No, Dante doesn't need a filter. He can just do it.
Yeah.
He's got this.
The priestess is just really, really butch.
Will we be able to view other people's dungeon? M-Town 043 asks. Not sure really what you mean by that. Viewing other people's dungeons, because the dungeons are on a level-by-level basis. So in multiplayer, yes, you can look at somebody else's dungeon before you conquer it.
I don't want to make Fire a Citadel.
Why?
Because it mirrors in a way that our editor doesn't handle right now, and it's going to be really slow to build for that reason.
Oh, it's diagonal, isn't it?
Yeah. We need to find a horizontal mirrored one.
Why don't you just rotate it and then build it like that?
That's not
Fine.
how the engine works, James.
No, I mean, you rotate it.
No.
And
but
build
that's,
it.
James,
Serpiel asks,
the
another
tiles are
question.
square.
What about spells
touch
when
something
possessing a
different.
creature? Currently, in the internal build, you can actually use all the creature's abilities in possession. There's just
No, you can use
Just
the
attacks.
first one in possession.
the first one.
It's really basic right now. We literally added it in because we needed it for one of the levels to work. We're going to clean it up.
Spoilers.
Someone said the avatar of the map that he posted. I can't find it.
It's the second post, I think.
Second post was by someone called Dark Rage.
But it's
Okay,
also
nothing.
tilted on its side, I think.
God damn it, what is it with people in diagonal maps?
So no one asks,
Everyone
will there be
wants a diagonal
skins there is in StarCraft 2, or is that planned in the future?
Are there skins unlocked in StarCraft 2?
The skins in StarCraft 2.
I thought it was just the little icons on your buildings.
I may be misinterpreting what the acronym stands for. I don't know of another SC2 Supreme Commander, but that didn't have skins.
I suppose, but yeah, I don't remember skins in that either. So I guess we'll ignore that question.
Are
You
there
know
really
what?
skins?
We're going to make a map from scratch.
Scorpmaster asks, is clutter for rooms still planned? Yes.
Yes, most of it's already made, actually.
And there's lighting clutter as well. Which is cool.
Okay.
Question, favorite candy? I don't believe in candy, I believe in sweets.
You're my favorite eye candy, Fireheart 47.
Reese's Pieces, because I'm a desperate bulimic, and every time I eat them, I vomit everywhere.
Reese's Pieces are fucking amazing.
I think mine would be Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids.
Liquor,
Yeah, that doesn't count. I'm sorry.
doesn't it?
No.
It's like candy.
I once received like 10 bags of Sour Patch Kids from somebody, and I ate them all in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're disgusting.
It may have been my fault.
Kind of.
So when you mailed him a bunch of candy.
They'll be a box full of Sour Patch Kids. It's like, what the fuck, Josh?
Josh, you should ask for a theme.
A theme?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. What theme do people want? We have...
Oh, I meant like a theme in terms of like what the map
Oh,
looks like.
yes, I was going to ask that. Okay, so, what features do we want in this map? Do we want players to start in the corners, close to each other? Top to bottom, left to right? How do we want this? A labyrinth level. If you're making a new level, so multiple entrances to the labyrinth and then some goal in the middle, like an unlimited goal thing.
Yeah, like make a King of the Hill map.
No. I have an idea. That's giving me an idea, though. Yeah, okay. I need to make it bigger. I'm just going to start again.
Bruno wins by saying something first. Snow tiles. Get someone on that, Josh.
Nope.
Snow tiles, ice tiles. Let's have ice back.
Natural themes, Josh. Natural themes. Earthy colors.
Nope.
Chasms and lava bridges.
Oh man, I remember back the Snow Lord. Does anyone remember the Snow Lord?
Yeah, Frostbite theme.
Frostbite, that was
reminds me
it.
of something that Dante showed me earlier today. Or was it yesterday?
Oh, James.
If
So
someone
he said it was
can,
the Snowball Lord. It was memorable.
if someone can explain to me how exactly you get snow in a dungeon beneath the earth, I will fly over to the house tomorrow and fillet you.
Magic. Magic. Dark magic. Got it. Get over here.
All right, on my way. Where do you live? Send me your address. You're in Oregon,
Portland,
right?
Oregon.
I'll just
Yep.
start at the border and work my way west. I'm sure I'll find you eventually.
Yep. I'll be outside screaming. Dark magic.
Oh, God.
I shall climb up on my roof and wave around a flag, wearing nothing but my underoos.
I'm wondering how we should lay out this maze. Like, so we should definitely put something in the middle. Let's have the map empty to start with, actually.
A show what 909. We will not be adding elite minions in the way that you might be imagining. The elite minions you're thinking of are like the way Dungeon Keeper 2 did it. You build a room and you get a special version of a unit. Instead, we're having super units, which are summoned with your sentence. We don't think that elite units, the way that Dungeon Keeper did it, was very fun or interesting or good or balanced. It was just bad all around. Won't deny it looks pretty cool when they added a separate skin, but other than that, meh. Ever seen those massive grottos with ice in them? Wow, just people's suggestions.
Still sad he skipped out on voicing it. You may be sad now, but I guarantee you will be much happier.
James, Celsius is amazing.
I don't know what that means.
Correct.
You don't. Celsius means
When we're
correct.
done here, I'm going to slap you around a bit. How's that sound?
That's 30 correct.
Yes, it is 30 degrees correct.
That sounds not very proper.
Alex Slayer 30, that went out with Spore. I'm guessing that was a comment about giant penises. That's all I think when I think of Spore.
Didn't they add that to Steam?
Yeah.
What's this?
Unfortunate. I don't think that game should be played.
Why are you linking that?
Should time out Nutter again.
What is this?
Oh, this is Nutter's map suggestion, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Nato, that's a document.
With comments on by the dev team. By you, specifically.
From November. That's like 3 years ago.
That's so long ago.
What will the level up effects or sound be? Asks 10th Happy Doom.
What will the level up? Oh,
It goes like this.
I have no fucking
That's not how it goes. Okay, the stream is over. Thank you for attending.
We've done a few experiments with what the level up sound should be. I do think we have something ready to be implemented, but it may take a bit of work. To be honest, I'm not really sure. But it's pretty standard RPG level up ding dong.
Yeah, so that went better than I imagined it would. It really did. As for the VFX, I don't know. We have level up VFX somewhere, don't we? I think
Yeah.
we did at some point. It's just not in.
Yeah.
As with a whole bunch of things. It wasn't bad fun.
I didn't mind like the first 3/4 of the game. It was just once you got to space, I think I was bored.
Not sure you should borrow the Final Fantasy level up.
You've got no goddamn imagination. how can you not see the incredible and perpetual novelty of taking over the galaxy with a race of sapient walking dicks? I mean, really?
I really
I guess I
wish
just hate fun.
I would have loved it if Spore was like good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, we can sit around a table and complain about how fantastic their E3 build looked and how shit the fucking game was by comparison.
yeah. It's a shame.
Tico Pico asks, what have you guys got planned in terms of marketing for War for the Overworld? I think this is it.
Yeah,
This is-
go get out there and start shouting.
It's you. You are our vanguard into the ugly
I think
world of
the
marketing.
big thing is we do have, of course, our publishing partners.
We've recorded a live action ad with Ed Balls, the Shadow Chancellor.
The Shadow
Chancellor.
Chancellor. It makes it sound so ominous.
How can you take a country seriously?
It's even better.
James, we have a Shadow Chancellor.
And the Shadow.
Do you have a Shadow Chancellor? Yes, he has a Shadow Cabinet of Shadow Ministers. Do you have
I
a...
too have written shitty James Bond fanfiction.
No, James, that's our real government.
It's even better how like emergency meetings are called like Cobra meetings.
Cobra.
Cobra.
That's because they're governed by real snakes.
Like the royal family who are lizard people from space.
Here we go.
Oh god.
Every time you say that, I nervously look around.
Were we
'cause I
going
fear
to
that
like
they're
answer
coming
a
for me.
question before we got sidetracked by Shadow Cabinet and like Ed Balls?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's lost in
The United
nebula
Kingdom is
of
run by
chat
the League
now,
of
so-
Shadows, indeed.
It's about marketing. So we have a marketing budget that isn't massive, so we're just trying to make best use as we can. Obviously, we're doing social media. We do that quite a lot. I'm kind of doing that all the time. That's my job. But we'll
why
be
it's so
doing a
bad.
big push for release week, especially. Just putting out as much content as we can to try and encourage people. But the big thing we need is word of mouth. Word of mouth is very, very important to independents like us. So any little bit of help that you can do would just be fantastic, quite frankly.
With the independents, the brown coats.
We're the underdogs.
The underdogs. Do we have dog unders?
No.
Did you guys know that we don't have an icon for our game?
Thanks, John.
The splash screen doesn't.
Oh, we'll
Total
be
Biscuit
sending.
will care about your game and send us some early builds. Total Biscuit and I have a long-standing romantic relationship. I think we'll be okay.
Wow, it all comes out. We will be sending out review builds a few weeks in advance.
A few weeks. Ugh.
Was it a few weeks?
Like a week or two.
Hi, Robo.
Maybe
A week or two. It's something. I don't know. It's on the spreadsheet.
The
So we will be sending it.
powerful spreadsheet.
Obviously, the thing is with this, the longer we leave it for review, the more finished the game is. The more polished the game is. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. It's hard. It's not like we're holding back on the game for
Please leave on
reasons
live
to
stream.
try and
Thank
make
you.
people buy the game without knowing what it's like. We would never do that.
There was a Andrew does bring up a good point and says t-shirts.
T-shirts.
That's his question. His
Oh
question.
yeah, we were going to show the T-shirt designs.
Ah,
So maybe you should show the T-shirt designs while you're busy making this thing.
What is going on here, Josh?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
uh,
Oh no, there is a way out. There is a way out. I see.
yeah. Do that one. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, I see what you did there.
you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Good.
And for that matter, the release is pretty much fixed on the 6th of March now.
Unless something absolutely awful happens.
Yeah, unless something really, really bad happened. The release is 6th of March.
such as Ed Bull declaring martial law. I mean, Ed Balls.
What is it with you and balls?
Ed Balls he's the master of the universe. You just don't know. You people talk about lizard men running. It's him. He's the leader of this galactic
He's
invasion.
all the lizard men. They're like just puppets, actual puppets on strings.
He's the leader. Like we just.
Dun, 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 dun. Don't run naked in the street, Robo. You can't play WFTO in jail.
Okay, so
I've been in prisons.
here's
actually.
the first
They do have
T-shirt
reviews.
design. No, it really isn't. That's a picture of Ed Balls. I'll find the actual T-shirt designs now.
James Heinichen.
Jim
That's not what my name is. What's your favorite dungeon management game?
Have you heard about this new one? It's in early access right now. It's called War for the Overworld.
No, that sounds really interesting. Who's it made by?
It is very interesting. It's made by this tiny little team led by a person
A cat, actually.
and a cat.
The cat is on sabbatical.
It includes all of your favorite aspects of the dungeon management genre.
Fantastic. Am I able to build rooms of a very diverse variety?
You can
and
build at
summon minions
least.
to do my bidding?
You can build over 300 unique rooms, and you can summon over 12,000 unique minions.
Thank you, guys. Right. Anyway, so this is the cultist shirt, as you can obviously tell. We're now about to show you the best shirt that's ever existed. Are we ready? Do we think we're ready? Okay, let's
I think we're ready.
bang.
We are ready.
It's the best.
I hear you going bang, and I'm waiting for it to show up on the screen.
It'll take like 30 seconds for you to see it.
One.
And then our reactions will be like 30 seconds behind the stream.
Yep.
Oh, that is glorious.
Oh, yes. It's so funny how much it looks like him as well. You know, if you put like a comedy nose on and a mustache.
Thank you. We also have the two other shirts which you have seen before. The Chandler, which I'm wearing here, and the Imp,
Blood.
which is here.
It's not a guitar, it's a lute. I can just read pra.
It's also a legitimate axe.
Yes, it's an axe blade. It's a lethal axe.
No succubus shirts, no. Well, now I want a succubus shirt.
Nope.
You can't have one, Lee.
Oh.
I don't. I
It's
think
literally
this is
pure
a bad
sex.
unit.
I think it's much than all the units shown here, and the majority of the other ones.
John, I think it's safe to say I'm never getting a refund. Ever.
Pico, it would not be possible for us to give you an estimate. However, if you look on our Kickstarter page, you can see how many people backed us, and that's how many we sold initially.
We could tell you exactly how many have been sold on Steam.
We've sold over 9,000 copies.
That is very true. Over 9,000.
You will now appreciate that our team enjoys the dank maymays just like anyone else. We're real human beings.
Indeed.
Hey, Vegeta.
Get out. Nope.
What does the scouter say
I
about
hate you.
power limit?
Oh no, please.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Halt.
Can I be done?
No.
I have heavy drinking to do.
Why is the Chunder pointing at his hammerhead?
Because it's fucking cool.
Because his head hammers.
Why do people point at each other when they're having photos taken? That's the same reason. He's pointing at his sentient forehead.
He's pointing at his reproductive organs.
Oh god.
That's a penis.
Yep. Just
it
think
is.
how hard of a man he is that he rams that up against an anvil, like constantly, to produce traps.
That's a really exciting idea.
He
That's like
is
something
a
out of a fucking
badass.
Suda 51 game.
Suda 51.
Well played.
Oh, Suda 51, you are just a legend.
How will the shirts be sold? Since I'm from the UK, it might be a problem for me getting hold of one. Well, our company is also from the UK,
Yeah.
and the shirts are being printed in the UK.
UK.
So you probably won't have that many issues getting a T-shirt. We don't know exactly how we're going to do it if you didn't order one during our Kickstarter phase, but at some point it will become possible. That was the Cryptic Spark.
Also, our shirts are the best. That's an actual fact.
Yes, they are. I don't know if this is actually going to show up on the stream. No, that's too small. Whatever.
Do we have any developer trivia?
James Heinichen exists.
Whoa.
For example.
Whoa! I did not know that. The more you know. Developer trivia. I don't know what kind of developer trivia would be. I suppose if people wanted to ask questions, we could.
What color are your areola?
My areola.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't
Pale
spend
olive.
much time looking at them.
Black as midnight.
I'd say like a salmon.
Sam. Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, it's good. Come on, Lee. Let's get that Twitch stream money. You know what we got to do to make the real gay bucks around here?
I don't have any.
What?
I'm a freak.
Oh, jeez.
You're like a
Hello.
Ken doll. What's wrong with you?
I think that's the best thing I've ever been called, Dante. Ken doll.
You're my Ken doll, Lee.
Oh, Dante.
Let's stop everything.
Dante, this sounds borderline illegal.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh. Question: will you be adding a ranking mode for the multiplayer if there is one? I think that's something we would like to do, but first of all, is there going to be a need? And second of all, it's certainly not something that's going to happen for release. It's too much work, given what time we have left. It's all about priorities at this point.
Hint, we have no time left.
Yeah.
0 time left.
Oh, Joris, the stream is going somewhere, all right. It's going down as fast as it possibly can. It's going down at terminal velocity. And I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it as hard as I can.
Kick it, Dante.
Kick
You're
it
welcome.
so hard. Kick it real good. Did I miss a question? I missed a question, I think.
Is that a Salt and Pepper song?
Maybe.
Did you know that James Heinichen is at least 3 years old?
I'm not sure you can confirm
When
that.
was the decision finally made to create War for the Overworld the year and month?
What?
That's like, I don't think it's even possible to answer that.
There is no legitimate answer to that question that works. Because you could mean like 3-4 different versions of this project by this point. And they're all entirely different projects. It's not like they've always been us. So the decision to make War for the Overworld was probably made when the Kickstarter was successful.
The comments of Lee Moon do not represent the views of War for the Subtrading Games Limited. Subtrading Games Limited asserts that it fully owns War for the Overworld. I even have a trademark certificate. We actually
The
literally
decision
got
to
this.
make War for the Overworld was obviously made at the creation of the universe when God decided to birth reality 6,000 years ago.
5,900.
5,900.
Well, let's not
Yeah.
quibble.
Oh.
I think you were right the first time.
Hey, you would side with him, wouldn't? Oh, me. Never mind. Okay. Thanks, Lee. Oh, you.
Josh, why did you remove the dead end alleyway? That was cool.
I don't know. That quiet.
So no 4-player demo today? Question mark.
No, it's really broken.
What I meant was that it probably was made when the Kickstarter was finished. I mean, when you had the funds was probably when it was no longer a dream and was more like of a chilling vision of things to come.
So War for the Overworld, as far as I understand it, was a very long-standing project, right? Birthing out of the community and sort of developed over time into the form that it takes today, that only really accelerated into proper development when Kickstarter became a thing. And that's when a hardcore of dedicated developers sort of crusted together.
Known as Subterranean Games.
Yes.
Hi.
So before that, there were ideas about it, but because it's such a sort of a nebulous dev history, it's hard to say this clearly is the date when War for the Overworld started as a project, because it's got such a tricky history. I agree with Kickstarter. I mean, when the Kickstarter went up, we knew for sure that we wanted to make it and that we would try and make it no matter what, if we were able to. That's probably as close as you're going to get to a real decision.
What game are we talking about?
The best
Evil
dungeon
Genius.
management game that anyone will ever play. It's the game that we've been waiting for, James.
Oh. Tell me more. I'm intrigued.
Well, War for the Overworld is a dungeon management game.
No,
that
it's not. I
fuses
didn't make it. Take it back.
Oh shit.
Having flashbacks and none of them are good.
A dungeon management game that fuses together the RTS, RPG, and God game genres.
Genres. As an Underlord, you'll have the power to...
No, just no, please don't. Oh,
After listening to
fucking
it
hell.
1,000 times,
Fuck.
it's really hard.
Die. Shut up. I will. No.
So to explain that to everyone, when we went to Eurogamer in 2000 and when was it now? 2013? Was it 2013?
No.
2014.
Yes.
Yeah, it was 2013.
Bloody hell.
And Rezzed 2014. We had our trailer playing next to our booth, and it was the only thing we heard for like 4 days for EGX and 3 days for Rezzed.
Like 12 hours a day.
So, yeah, a very, very long time.
It was. A minute and a half video.
So let's just say that everyone on this team has nightmares about Richard Ridings doing that trailer now.
Sorry, we're going to have a new trailer which we can listen to on repeat and other places. It will be...
I'm not sure quite how to pronounce this, Luan Medias. Question is, what other dungeon game have you guys played? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I think, in my experience, I played basically all of them that I know that exist. I think it's a really compelling game structure, and yeah, I've enjoyed all the ones been released so far. Although dungeon management games tend to be released with some, at least some game-breaking quirks that can be ironed out with decent design.
Yeah. I would say, if I was to list them off, obviously Dungeon Keeper 1 and its expansion, Dungeon Keeper 2, Dungeons, and its expansion, The Dark Lord, for some reason. I've played other early access games like Dwelvers. I'm trying to think of other dungeon games really now. There's not that many. I've not played a game of Dwarves. I know that's something that a lot of people say sometimes. I have played Dwarf Fortress.
You mean you tried?
I tried to play Dwarf Fortress.
I played a little bit last night.
How did that go?
It is the best dungeon management game.
Evil Genius, of course, Evil Genius.
Ah, Evil Genius.
Game.
That's outside of Dungeon Keeper. Evil Genius is the best.
Outside of
and our game.
World.
Obviously.
Come on. Jesus. We're so screwed if we're our only form of promotion.
Oh. So, outside of that game, you know, Evil Genius is the best, and then us.
Oh, no. We're good too. Shut up.
Josh is the best.
Lee is meant to do these things.
I think that our game will be the quintessential dungeon management game.
Well,
Big word, Lee.
I don't even know what that word means.
I think it means you remember.
Do you want to know a secret, Dante? Neither do
Final
I.
Fantasy VIII. She had a little whip. She had a whip, and she struck people with it.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening.
I'm completely lost, James. What on earth are you talking about?
Just had a
That's
weapon.
what quintessential means. It's you take Quintus
Catherine
from
the
Final
Great?
Fantasy VIII and you whip people.
Oh, Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Oh, Quintus. Ah, she was cute.
Wait, he was a Roman.
Yes.
It's Quistus,
Where am I?
not Quintus.
Same idea.
Question. If there is no indestructible walls inside the map, will units fall off the world? They won't try and path off the side of the map.
Yeah, those
I don't
tiles
think
simply
you can
don't
have.
exist.
I don't think you can have like a map without them. Yeah, the impenetrable rock around the edge.
No, it adds one. It adds a ring around
It
the
will
edge.
always add one. So, what about? Yes, Zenian. I do not count that as a dungeon management game.
For reasons that should hopefully be self-evident.
Yes. I could suggest you get a graphical overlay on Dwarf Fortress, makes it look more fun in a relaxing way. Yeah, I agree. I played it with a graphical overlay. And
Fucking casual.
Therapist. It's the only way to even begin to play it, but it's just that game, it's too complicated for me. I don't understand. And I don't have the time to go reading through a wiki to understand everything that's going on. It is an amazing feat. It truly is, but it's just so incomprehensible that I can't play it.
That's the best part. You're constantly confused.
I'm already confused by my map.
What are you doing?
So this is going to be like a mishmash of rooms and corridors that turns into a mess. What I put in the corner is
Turns
if
into a
you
mess.
if you can navigate up to the corner, you need to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 underminers to access powers up here. So these are 2 mana shrines and 2 siege shrines. So both players are going to be able to do that. So that's big gold and time investment to go and do that, basically.
And then you win?
No, it's just going to make it a bit easier.
Schlizzard asks, will themes be selectable in skirmish mode too, or only in multiplayer mode? They will be selectable in skirmish. Also, will there be any core damaging / killing animations before release? Sometime?
That's something we really want to get to. It's actually on our sort of schedule of things to do, but if it's done for launch is a question. We're going to try and get the player ones done for launch at the very least, as in the standard theme. We'll see. If that's something we don't get in, then it's very likely we will get that added after release. Like we have, from a technical standpoint, we already support that. If you go and play level 2 and level 3, the inhibitors that you destroy, those use the same technology that we would use for the cores. They have damage states. They sort of slowly fall apart as you destroy them. So we'd use the same thing for the cores.
Mr. Jolly68, regarding being able to adjust creature stats, unit stats in the editor, if, and this is a very big if, we can get our scripting to work in a standalone, not like Unity Pro version of the editor, then you will actually be able, hopefully, to create your own units dynamically within the script. It's something very cool that we can do. Something that we use in one of the campaign levels.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
We
It's
have a
very small
campaign.
spoiler. Yes.
Dante, it's that thing you've been
It's
working on
it's
for the past
2
few
levels
days.
long. We've actually removed the 3rd level.
Okay.
Oh, thank God for that.
That's
I don't actually
too much
have to finish the
content.
script.
Yeah. It's alright, we're just going to get Richard to record 2 lines. It's like you win and you lose.
Done.
Maybe we could just stick with you lose, to be honest.
Xenoan asks, will you be able to co-op 2 humans versus 2 AI? Didn't someone try this recently?
Yes, you can kind of do that, but it's at launch. Yeah, you'll be able to do that. At the moment, it kind of works, but not really. It falls apart quite heavily. We were going to show that on the stream, but we came to the conclusion it would be too buggy.
Yes.
That's one of the things that we've got set to fix before launch.
Scorpmaster asks, will there be hostile heroes in multiplayer maps? I don't see any reason why there can't be.
Yep, there will be. Actually, none of the maps we have. Why don't we do that here? So we go. Oopsie daisy.
So we go, oopsie daisy.
Create faction. Now we have a new faction. We will call them Dirty Heroes.
You should call them whoever suggested it. Okay.
Yeah, they're called Dirty Heroes.
Okay.
Anoshki, the way that the gateway works in War for the Overworld is it attracts units based on the number of props you have in certain rooms. The more units you have, the slower the rate of attraction, but it never has a hard cap. And I think the more gateways you have, the quicker it hastens the rate of attraction. Is that the case, Josh?
Sorry, I was like...
If you hold multiple gateways, what happens?
Your total number of units you can have before the suppression kicks in is increased.
Yeah, so you get units quicker.
Yeah,
more units quicker.
More units quicker is basically how it works. Okay, let's add...
Red Stravan, this map editor is not part of the final release. It is actually Unity. It is part of Unity at this moment.
Well, none of what you're seeing is Unity. We made it. But it runs inside Unity. You need Unity Pro and source code access to actually do this, which is not something that the game comes with unless we want to charge £1,500 for the game.
I think that sounds reasonable. We could have an editor special edition.
No. Okay, let's try to figure out how I'm going to do this.
Slizzard asks, will there be an option for AI for the Empire so it can build and somehow manage command an army? Because the Empire, to my knowledge, does not have a dungeon. Any circumstance.
They don't build.
There's no dungeon core.
They don't build, so no. They don't need an AI.
Yes, so for the purposes of the campaign, the Empire won't be building.
And, I mean, it would just be a case of if you came across the Empire in, I don't know, the skirmish, then there'll be just an Underlord using the Empire theme. And they won't have Empire units. Xenia, the answer to your question, if you own Unity, will you be allowed to download this editor? No, because you'll still need source code access. Oh.
Lon MDS asks, will you guys put a place on the site for clips to share what they've created for the game? I think that's a lovely idea. Though
probably just
the Steam Workshop is probably just easier, yeah. But I guess if anyone wants to go on our forums and upload a picture of what they did, there's no single thing stopping you.
Unless you've been banned for being nasty.
Yes. Like a certain F.
Mr. F, we shall call him.
Mr. F.
I really hated that episode. You know what? I hate
really
you.
bad arc. Whoa, hold on.
Anoski, yes, you can convert any unit to fight at your side, apart from probably beasts, because you can't capture beasts.
No, beasts die.
And to do so, you just drop them in a torture chamber with the prop set to the convert mode, and wait until a succubus comes along to convert them to your cause.
Question, what if you have no succubi?
Then, Josh.
Sorry. Question was?
What if
you have no succubi?
When you build a torture chamber, you get succubi.
What if you lose them?
then you can't convert units.
This doesn't
You
sound
have to
balanced.
get more. You can't build traps.
Sounds
for
like a
all your-
design oversight.
No. You have alternate functions for the torture chamber.
It's true.
Question: what happens if you cast Obey on a unit that is being tortured?
Nothing. You can't.
What if it's
You don't
what if
own
it's
the
your
unit.
unit? What if it's your unit?
Nothing.
Well, surely if you increase the efficiency of the succubus,
Should
then
they
Yes,
just die?
yes. That will torture them faster. That's the
No, I'm talking
succubus.
about the unit being tortured.
No.
The word succubus is far too erotic.
make her obey, Dante.
I think you think I swing a way that I don't swing.
Left and right?
Up and down.
That's how you normally swing. Or is it
Is
back
this-
and forth?
I think it's back and forth.
I think it's a bit of both,
I
though.
think the gaining the height is an actual side effect of
Is it?
moving back and forth.
I don't really understand chemistry, so I can't speak to this.
You can't tame beasts. That is correct. You cannot convert beasts in a torture chamber because when a beast is rendered unconscious, it dies. With the exception of if it's rendered unconscious in the arena. So, yeah.
By the way, this is probably a good moment. I am recently divorced and I'm planning to move to America. So if anyone wants to get married to me for the purposes of getting a green card, that'd be swell. You can drop me a line. My email's on the website.
Okay. Moving on.
Just call 0800 525 Dante.
No, don't call that number. There's no going back. Maybe that's the point.
Question, Josh, are your imp going to dig through a one wide tunnel to the mana shrine by the center of the map, or will it be empty one wide hallway? This all looks empty to me. Are you going to be putting dirt in?
I will be filling some of these with earth, and that's a gold shrine, not a mana shrine. These are perception shrines. These are gateways, a single gateway. These are mana shrines. Okay, to be fair, mana shrines look like perception shrines right now because they don't have art. It's a perception shrine without the eye.
There is no eye in perception. Oh, perception. Sorry.
You get my joke?
Oh,
I didn't get it, Dante. Will you explain it to me?
I like
No.
a Novski's comment. 1-800 love Dante.
Also, hello, Ben. How's it going?
Ben? What?
He's a friend of mine. He's in chat. I'm not going to tell you
Ben.
who he is.
Hi, Ben.
He's a secret agent.
I know who it is.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
big.
that telltale thing in his name.
Yeah.
I'd kiss Ben.
Will the
Who
public
wouldn't?
version of the editor allow players to add hero parties and stuff?
Maybe.
So, I mean, the very basic version of the editor is actually currently our debug console, which has the ability to spawn units.
I think I broke it.
Oh, Josh.
That's alright. It's alright. I can fix this.
So, the very basic thing that the game's going to ship with is our debug console sort of like editor. Whether it'll have a UI or not, no idea by this point. Probably not because it's so low priority. But you will be able to make little levels in it. Whether you'll be able to save them, again, another question. So it's all up in the air on the editor at this point. We really want to do it, but the game takes priority. And regardless, we will be looking into it post-release.
Holy shit, I just realized both of you have cameras on stream.
Yes.
Hi.
Who did you think else had the camera? You know I was on camera. I've been on camera the whole time.
I just didn't notice until just now.
Dante was mulling over the idea of declining my camera.
So rude.
I know.
I was only going to decline it if I was going to be disappointed. I'm not disappointed.
Ooh.
I've been slapping my meat the entire 2 hours we've been doing this.
Have you been walking the chunder? Batting the bafu.
Oh, let's
Whirling the Oculus? What?
I've been
Right.
making a steady withdrawal from the Spank Bank, which I think is a subset of the Treasury.
Joshua Bishop.
James.
The Behemoth no longer has the fear mechanic.
No.
That's it. Okay.
Fear. Scorpmaster asks, will you be able to tell your units to retreat? You could rally them back to your base?
Yeah, actually, if you cast recall on your unit and it gets interrupted, it will then attempt to flee. So, if you want your units to leave, you cast recall, and they'll either get recalled, or if they get interrupted, they'll try to run away. So recall is like, run away, either be lazy or not, you know, whatever.
Just go! Run!
That's a lot of gold.
There was a scare trap with a skeleton in a cage. Will there be something similar in WFTO? There is no fear mechanic.
No, because it's
Other than-
lame.
That sounds spooky as hell.
What?
I'm just going to make this map playable now, Lee, and then we're going to play it.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Oh
no, I got to paint the gold, then I cut down.
you gotta make the build.
Cryptic Spark, as much as I can conceivably get away with.
As much as we could as much as you could conceivably get away with when I'm doing this whole thing that we gotta submit to the certification agencies.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, they can go fuck themselves. It's just
we
going to
could
be...
just patch it in. Day one.
Yeah.
Day one patch. It'll be alright.
It's going to be pretty lewd, you know? Getting randy in the script.
The word lewd is funny.
James and I had some fun.
Will there be custom settings in Skirmish MP like gold density, mana regeneration, and so on?
In fact, we can actually show that right now. Hang on.
Let's do it. Mutators. Woo!
Yeah, give me a second.
Like my favorite game, Unreal Tournament.
I love Unreal Tournament. Oh,
Unreal
we should play
yeah.
Unreal Tournament.
Right.
Let's play. Let's sod this. We're gonna play Unreal Tournament. Which one though? Which one, guys? Which one?
99, the original.
Oof.
What option is there?
This is very true. Very true. I'm quite fond.
Like
of
2000 Game of the Year edition.
There is no 2000 Game of the Year.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Was it 2002?
There's
I think it's 2000.
99.
Yeah, it was around
99 was
2000.
the first UT.
Yeah,
and then
UC 99
2000.
was the
Then there
first
was
release, but it was
2003,
actually released
and
in
then there was
2000.
2000.
So
And
we
then
can
there was
have a...
2003.
Stop talking about Unreal Tournament.
No!
You're not the
Yes.
boss of... Wait, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to add a mutator to level. So here we are. We have mutator on the level. We select our mutator. And here we can change shit. So let's have units move 10 times as fast. Research 5 times as fast. 5 times population cap. Million starting gold. 10 starting sins. Units level up 10 times as fast. The game can be 1.5 times faster. You can regenerate 100 gold per second, and gold income is tripled.
This is how in depth the mutator system is.
Just out of curiosity, will we have a nude mob mutator as paid DLC like in Scarlet Blade? The Korean MMO?
no, we won't. Start workers, we can change that to 30. There we go.
It's okay. The Chunder's always nude, so...
Josh, I'm curious. What
That's
happens
what-
if you put Stephen Freight as the AI with all these mutators?
That's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
He just explodes and wins.
Then we can select our Underlord here.
Facing worlds. That is a level.
Pacing worlds.
So then we have
yeah.
our AI personality here, so we can find our AI personalities, which is in game data, I believe. So we've got Marcus, Mira, and Stephen Fright. There's 3 of the other laws that we have so far. So Stephen Fright is the impossible one.
Mira.
No, we're going to use Stephen Fright. So we just simply type Stephen Fright in here. I don't know if that works. Why did that happen?
But what happened?
I don't know. The letters became uppercase. Like when I wasn't holding shift down.
I'm
I
really
will...
glad you're streaming this. If it was me, I think the audience would be very quickly horrified.
Not a single folder on my computer that I can go into safely.
No, not really. The whole thing is just infested.
Right. We're going to hit play now. Oh no, we need to mirror one more time. Oopsie daisy.
Whoopsie doopsie.
Oops.
See, he doesn't have any gold.
The succubus is like not wearing much. I don't think she's wearing anything. I think it's just part of her. What she has.
She has scales and stuff.
Yeah. So technically, she is nude.
Aren't we all, Lee?
Deep down, James. Deep down.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Today.
There is a work speed, maybe. No.
Oh, what? Oh, that sounds like amazing. That's a great idea. Mr. Jolly asks, can we have a Dante voice pack for Android navigation? I would love Dante to tell me where to go.
This is getting...
Yeah. Get in the bedroom, bitch. Let's go for a ride.
All it says.
Right, anyway. We will now save. And the level will maybe work.
Did you want to put any dirt in between, or are you just going to let them claim out?
They can just claim out. Who cares?
Best level. Well designed. So good.
These mutators are just going to be like weird as fuck.
I wonder how long it will be for the American Censorship Society to require you to square out the succubi. I don't think we'll have any problem with.
I mean, not unless
Any
we're trying to market the bloody
certification.
thing to the Amish.
I can't see any problems we would have with certification at all. So
No, we're not doing anything particularly violent or randy. We've got some dark themes, and there's a bunch of shit within the campaign script that is pretty grim, but that's mostly through implication. The actual
Okay,
sort
so...
of visual content of the game is not all that.
what?
Well, you can see the 30 movement speed on fire on my units.
I'm waiting for this to happen so I can see it.
Oh.
For some reason, they don't want to claim.
Oh,
Probably. Oh. Maybe because you have too many, they're having problems figuring out.
maybe it's because they're like. I think it's because they're reassigning jobs slower than they move. And this just shows how you can break the game with mutators.
Beast Den unlocked.
You'll have to pick up every single imp apart from like one. And just let him do his job. Good job, Josh.
Okay, so let's try again. So, make our mutators a little less silly. So, let's...
I got most of his are just stood still. Oh.
I also need to fix the props, 'cause they broke.
Your camera looks wonky, or I'm having a stroke.
What, my camera? No, I'm just
Can
sitting...
you not wait until after the stream?
No.
Do you get
Could
it?
I-
I just made a joke about you touching your wee-wee.
Ah,
You could add skins to turn the succubi into incubus.
that's a pretty
Not
topical joke, Dante.
so simple, because the bone structure probably wouldn't support it.
No,
It's
it's like,
topical, like the ointment you use.
It's like
for
talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
turning a female character into a male character.
we're going to use the Ubisoft excuse of it would take too much development resources and therefore isn't worth doing.
However, for us, it's actually true.
It actually would take too many development resources.
We could just like make an entirely new unit in that time. So that's
It'd probably be more fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Right, let's try again. Let me just actually double check none of this is dumb.
Oh wow, the mail from Kickstarter apparently just arrived for somebody.
Aren't we about 2 hours in?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, are we an hour and 40 minutes in, or are we 2 hours and 40 minutes in? I'm bad at math, and I don't know when we started.
A number. I don't know, 7 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Right, let's try this again. James is not. He's actually 40 years old, male, and bald.
Just
You
the
don't
way
need
I
to
like.
tell him I'm bald.
And he's in Florida.
I'm sensitive.
Are you receding yet, James?
In what way?
Are you picking this up?
As in, are you losing your hair because you're a disgusting old man who needs to be euthanized?
Yes.
Wow.
Good.
I hope you still care for me when I'm bald.
Slizzard, no artifacts have been displayed so far.
What?
Okay.
You mean in the game?
No, I'm talking about real life.
We highlighted a bunch.
That's what I call Dante's.
We showed a...
The artifacts.
Okay. You're confusing me.
Wait, what are we talking about? I wasn't listening.
These workers are speedy.
You can actually see them trying to take each other's jobs.
Yeah.
Almost getting it.
They took our
Made a
jobs!
very inappropriate joke.
Yes.
I felt it spark up inside me. Like, no, you can't say that. The racist police will come and take our game off Steam.
Wishing someone else would come along and do him a favour, sending him over the cliff of life. What? I just love how the workers run on the screen and then you FPS just drops.
I do actively wish someone would shoot me in the head and dump my corpse in a ditch.
Beast
I told you if you buy the
unlocked.
crossbow. Had an agreement.
Oh, it appears there's no AI here. Hang on.
Does anybody have any more questions at all about the game, about release, about us? Anything you want us to answer?
Life.
Yeah. Pretty good at advising people.
Archive unlocked.
Yeah, I understand this level.
Sanctuary unlocked.
No, I gave it life.
You're giving
So-
it life.
We got regenerating gold as well,
Oh, no.
so we had a mutator for that.
What has entered your dungeon?
Does he actually dig out and build rooms?
Well, there's not much digging to do, but yeah, he
A
did
chunder
start.
has entered your dungeon.
Yeah, I saw him start, but does he actually build his rooms?
Should do.
Because this is the ultimate
Cultist has
test.
entered your dungeon.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm fairly confident that Dungeon Keeper 2's AI would not be able to do this. Would not be able to manage this level.
Yeah, he's handling it.
Gonna
Handling-
wreck you.
Good job, Stefan.
A crackpot has entered
The
your
insanity
dungeon.
of this level.
Hugh, yeah, I missed the beginning.
An
Will the
Oculus
physical
has
rewards
entered your
stuff like
dungeon.
the Sammy statue?
A Skarg has entered your
Okay,
dungeon.
that's news to me.
I really want a Sammy statue now. You'll just give people out statues of your cat. Overlord Sammy.
You see? Oh,
A cultist
That-
has entered your
there's
dungeon.
a worker constantly running around that tunnel, unable to claim it. It seems too fast.
Tokyo Drift.
An Oculus
The
has
physical
entered
rewards,
your
like the
dungeon.
Stumpy statue, will be shipping after release. The ones that would be most
Your minions
close
have
to
researched a
release
sin for
will
you.
be the box, a boxed copy, and a T-shirt, because
A
we'll have
Skarg
those
has
ready.
entered your dungeon.
Slizzard asks, any possibility for
Underminer,
6-player support
unlocked.
after release? Probably not.
Unnerving has entered
I think
your
4 players
dungeon.
is what it's going to cap out at.
Yep.
If you have 6 friends,
A
that's too
shadow
many.
has entered your dungeon.
If you have 6 friends, you have 5 more friends than us. Oh, does it mean you won't be making a Sam statue? Yeah, I know. I really want one now. Josh.
A
Let's get a
Narving
3D
has
print of your
entered your
cat.
dungeon.
I don't need one. I have a real cat.
A Bafu has entered your dungeon.
Forever. Josh.
No.
A new save is available to you.
I'm trying to break Josh's heart.
No.
Pretty rude. League
Yeah.
of Fire.
Wow, look at this douchebag. Trying to cause emotional damage to our cuddly Ubermensch Josh.
A shadow has entered
Chuck,
your
can you
dungeon.
slap a death to Mim, please?
A death to a mimp. I'm not sure whether that's racist.
They're really hard to catch.
Like a retard. Question, Josh, can you slap an imp to death, please?
I'm
See?
trying.
Defense complete.
I'm trying.
Get him in the corner.
Alright, I got him. There we go. I got him. Yeah.
Annihilate.
Yeah, no,
They're trying to drop gold at the tile.
Who
Oh,
has
you got
entered
it.
your dungeon?
the thing is, if this was a traditional RTS, more players would be dead easy.
Oh my god.
I really like the way the
Oh my god.
Alchemy Lab against Brimstone looks really pretty.
Alchemy Lab against Brimstone. I really
Enough
love
money to
what
buy
if
a
I
couple of
Brimstone.
jumbo jets and fly them into skyscrapers and make it look like an act of terrorism.
A chamber.
Oh, I can't
has
wait for the
entered
new
your
terrain
dungeon.
shader as well.
Okay.
Torture chamber unlocked.
Like-
An
Sorry, what were we
Oculus
talking
has
about?
entered your
Good job.
dungeon.
Oh yeah! So what's your favorite game at the moment, James Heinichen?
Well, there's this great game on Steam Early Access called War for the Overworld.
Really? War for the Over what? What's that game about?
Well, Dante, I'm glad you asked. It's a roguelike simulation strategy game that combines all your favorite first-person shooter and
A
free-to-play
cultist
mechanics.
has entered your
Is there any
dungeon.
nudity in it?
For the small price of
A
$4.99
Skarg
and
entered your
your
dungeon.
parents' permission, you can indeed unlock the nudity pack.
You know, that sounds like a fantastic
Narving has
game.
entered your dungeon.
Mull over my purchase while I enjoy this refreshing sip of the new
Your
Coke Zero
minions
flavor
have researched a
from
new
Coca-Cola
save for
Company.
you.
Coke Zero, it makes you mumble.
I was going to read a question.
This
but
is the best. I love this. He can't
A
get to
chamber
the
has
oh.
entered your dungeon.
Oh no, I see. When you mouse over them, they slow down and they're able to reach their target. But until you do that, they keep going too fast.
An Oculus has
the guy
entered
with the
your
Skype
dungeon.
chat with the awesome voice is Dante, and yes, he did do the voice of placeholder Richard Ridings. He will be doing some other voices in the game as well.
Yeah, unless I die before I get around to recording it, which is entirely likely.
A new sin has been researched.
There was another question I saw. Do imps get a healthcare plan? No.
You can't handle it.
Should have a couple of lines about Obamacare.
Obamacare.
Did you know that
That's the
millions of young
only-
Americans can now be covered by their parents' health insurance if their parents had any?
What?
Wait, what?
That's
not
what
how it works.
Obamacare. That's part of it.
Wait. Yeah. I don't think any of you are qualified to speak at the moment.
I really don't understand, like, health insurance.
In America.
How
Yeah.
it works is if you get sick, you pay less for getting sick.
Apparently,
Yes, getting
Josh,
sick is
you
taxed.
need to turn the game volume down because it's
Oh,
loud.
because it's running in Unity now.
Ow.
Your minions have received.
Question, can you make it so imps will build walls on the impenetrable rock? It makes your dungeon look ugly when you have one unclaimed wall in the middle.
Yeah, that'll be fixed.
Yeah, but basically what's going to happen is it's automatically going to be claimed.
So when
rather
there's,
than your
if
workers
there's, a, if
spending
there's a
time.
tile here, there'll be a wall here. It'll just happen.
So awesome, you guys got Richard Ridings.
It is pretty
It's
awesome.
pretty awesome. Oh, meeting him in a few days. Again.
If this was Dungeon Keeper 2, you'd have so much mana right now.
Look at them. They can't get... It's quite possibly the best thing.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Health insurance is part of tax. Yeah, it's the same in a lot of countries around the world. Open jacks. A lot of countries have social healthcare.
Yes, in disgusting pago-Marxist countries. Congratulations on your social democracy, you nerds.
A nothing has entered your dungeon.
Is that a shadow?
Shadow Chancellor, maybe.
Yeah, it's Ed Balls, the shadow. Oh my god, we should have a,
Of course.
have it
That'll
so
be a
all
name
the
in
shadows are called Ed Balls.
Your minions.
Those
possess
imps
a
are
new
fucking
sin.
Tokyo drifting the hell out of those tiles. Look at that.
Your vote is brimming, my lord. It is payday.
I'd say those imps have had at least a couple of refreshing glasses of Coke Zero.
Coke Zero. They're everywhere.
Complete.
Like, I could just randomly unclaim some tiles, and then imps will go to them and not be able to get... So
Hey,
mean.
the cat. Sammy! Yay!
Sammy on his pizza box.
Don't try to pronounce my pseudonym. I don't either. It sounds stupid.
I was just kind of trying to figure it out. It's like Opjonaxa.
I thought it was
Oh,
Opjana.exe.
Of Jonna Exy.
Hi, Sammy.
Meow.
Uh,
Yeah.
10th Happy Doom. If two players share an impenetrable rock tile, who will be claimed for...
It won't be.
The tile itself won't be claimed. What will happen is
Just-
the face. It will just. Okay, so like
You'll
let's
still
take.
get the wall.
Yeah. So here, for example, this side will
Sin is available.
has the foundry wall, but this side has the beast den wall. It will just be like that, but there won't be like an ownership on the top.
No one here is single.
Can you leave the imp drifting in the game and call it an Easter egg? It only happens at really high speed imps.
Yeah. This is only happening because we've got a mutator on to make the workers faster. So, as an example, when you hover over units, they become slow. So you can click on them if you want. So if I hover over this worker, he'll be able to claim the tile.
Meow.
This is so absurd. I'm going to build a large vault because I have regenerating gold.
Sammy approves.
John, John, what the fuck?
Oh, baby.
I'm not sure that's it. No, I really hope it actually does this. It doesn't crash. Glorious.
Holy shit.
You should have zoomed out first. It'd be prettier.
Your minions have researched this in.
It's missing certain tiles.
Is it?
That one it got claimed halfway. Oh, it's broken.
No, you're right. Those tiles weren't claimed to start with.
I think it must disrupt the imp somehow.
Yeah, it's like hitting the imps as it goes past. And
No, hold on, that one was claimed.
No, it's definitely the tiles that got claimed during building.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, James,
Yeah,
are
they
you
claim it
Jewish?
to front then. For you will be anything. You want me to be?
Ah, yeah, I see.
Sure.
Yep.
So how do you feel about this treasury?
I see what you did there, you fucker.
This is Ed Balls' treasury, as
Shadow Treasury.
being the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Shadow Chancellor of the Exchequer, I might add. This is his domain.
Oh, he knows.
Perhaps we should talk about the cat at Downing Street. What's its official title? Chief Mouser?
Yes, there is actually a cat. There is a cat employed by the UK government at 10 Downing Street, which is our White House. It's like a really shit version of the White House. And
I think it's quaint. I don't think it's shit. We've got Buckingham Palace for the big presentation, and we've got serious hard work in parliamentary business.
Larry is the current Chief Mouser to the Cabinet Office of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
they employ a cat to do slave labour.
And there's no set term length to being Chief Mouser. It ends upon retirement or upon the death of the cat. This has been a position that has existed within the UK government since the 1500s.
Yes, so the UK government has employed a cat for longer than America has existed for. How do you like that, James?
That can't be true. I've been American for a long time.
Oh, and by the way, you have to call him the Right Honourable Larry. That is magical.
I'm running out of space. Does anyone know what I'm spelling?
Oh, it couldn't possibly be Ed Bang.
Nope. How much gold can that huge treasury contain? I don't know. Soon we'll have a tooltip which tells us what our max gold storage is, though. We just don't yet have that. Oh my god, look at these workers. They are like completely confused by everything.
Do you have any idea what 22 cans are working on at the minute?
They must be working on something apart from Goddess. I don't know.
I have not heard anything about what 22 Cans is doing. I think Peter Molyneux said that he had another project that he was working on. I think that was like something he actually said, which obviously didn't go down very well with the Goddess community.
Yeah. There was I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but early on in Lionhead's history, sort of around 2003-4, I think, they were working on a game that they pulled from another studio called BC. It was about basically Jurassic Park, open world, building up a little tribe, and every creature within the game had simulated AI and a life cycle and individual need requirements. And that was one of the best ideas they ever had. Unfortunately, it was scrapped. So if he ever works on that again, I'm going to go and suck him off.
Dante.
Sure. It's, I mean, you know.
Right. I think we're about done anyway. We've shown you many
I'm
things. Is there anything else that people would like to see?
Final question.
From more Sammy.
Show the map again because it's beautiful.
Were we going to show some more sounds other than the unit sounds that are in? Or?
I don't know, Dante. Do you have anything you particularly want to show?
Not for this, I don't think. No.
We could show off the bard.
We have a bard in the game. I
Just
think that's
kidding.
in the line.
No, I meant.
Oh no, we have no voice.
Yeah, you know what I was saying.
A
Don't spoil that.
fire breather has
I'm
entered
fairly
your
sure it was Ingratitude Onovsky.
Oh my god, he's so fast! Look how fast this bard is. Everyone is so fast. We have to try and catch him. There we go.
I'd like to apologise to everyone watching the live stream. The guys are easily distracted. Thanks, Alistair.
I am a sprinting bard.
We are answering the questions as they turn up, but they've slowed down now, so we're sort of trying to
if
keep
anyone
ourselves
does have any
distracted.
final wrap-up questions, anything
Yeah.
interesting, juicy, and get your teeth stuck into that.
Larger map view planned. We would love to have a full screen map. It's probably not going to happen before release. We'll see what our UI wizard can do.
A low priority compared to everything else.
Yeah, it's pretty low priority. We would definitely want one, but you know. As I said, cats own you. So this is the closest we are getting to Josh being the bard. Yes.
Are you trying to jump him down the hole?
Plan on any dungeon decorations for hallways. I'm not
Yes,
sure
the-
what you mean.
Bodies of your enemies.
Praise the villain. What do you mean? I will attempt to answer. Question: what skin will Empire units have for players with the Empire theme?
What?
What, sorry?
What
won't get-
skin will Empire units have for players with the Empire theme? They will have a corrupted skin. Surely, I think. I'm not sure whether it would be possible to suppress. It'd be
No,
quite-
actually, that's entirely possible. It's the corrupted skins are actually done through the theming system.
So we could actually have it so that anyone playing with the Empire theme, if they corrupted an Empire unit, would get a normal skinned Empire unit.
See, the problem is, the way it's going to be handled in multiplayer is you actually mix and match your themes. So you will choose walls, tiles, and your core, and whatever. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to say, like, oh, you're using the whole Empire theme, therefore you don't have corrupted units. Like, I don't know if we're going to do that. Like, at least at launch. Maybe we'll get around to that. Because, you know, we got stuff like, some of the rooms have, like, Empire skins, for example. But, obviously, not every room does, and there's not really a clean way for users to select those in multiplayer. So, for the moment, we're probably just going to stick to the standard pieces, you know, the core and the tile toppers and the walls and the floors and the workers. And then we might get to other bits later on.
Okay, praise the villain. For our fortified walls in the corridors,
defense.
there are a set of... How many meshes would you say is in each theme, Josh?
I think it's between, like, 2 and 5.
2 and 5 meshes for walls in each theme. So the walls will appear unique in each theme to as much as we could make them, essentially.
This
That'll
fast
be
workers are so
decoration.
good. The cat is, like, so amused.
Open GXE. Will there be a map when you're in the creature control spell mode? I would imagine so. When we do the possession UI, there kind of needs to be a mini map. Beowulf has asked the same question. I see the units still have the old health shield. Will they have
Oh,
a
yeah,
shield
that's-
at release? Yeah.
That's on a different branch. I'm using a branch that hasn't had that motion yet. That's
Did you already touch upon the possession question from Red Star Raven?
Red Star Raven, large question. Will the possession work correctly at release? Will the player be able to use attacks and special abilities? The player
Yeah.
can already use attacks and special abilities
it's
in
just
the internal
it's
build.
really broken.
Yeah, and there's no UI for it. And there will be a lot of polishing done on possession. It won't really be that much work because theoretically it does work. It's just very low priority.
Luna Priest asks, are super units back? I couldn't find them when I played back at New Year's.
They aren't in the live build.
They've never been in the live build,
An augur has entered your dungeon.
so they will be.
A necromancer.
Okay, so I have my 3 super units here. Let's just rally because I'm busy.
Are
Dishonest
there
John
any
asks,
plans to
I haven't
port
been
to
keeping up
mobile?
with... Sorry, go ahead, Lee.
Well, no, I think we're going to answer it in the same way, roughly. You might be a bit more, yeah. No plans to mobile. No plans to
not a
anything
fucking
other than
chance.
PC, Mac, or Linux. Are the only 3 platforms for this game. On top of that, it probably wouldn't work. The game is just far too complicated for a mobile device.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion on it is, and as I think this is kind of exemplified in some recent experiences you may have had, there's no way to take a system like this and translate it to a tablet device without diluting it or coming up with such a novel interface with the touch screen that it will require basically a whole new development approach. It's just so much effort for what would be probably not a great result on tablets, especially considering this isn't necessarily an undemanding game to run. You know, this is pretty intensive. There's a lot going on, there's a lot to be simulated, so I don't see how it would fit without going over the whole thing again, basically. And as far as I'm concerned, that'd be a waste of our resources, whereas we could be spending that time working on additional content.
Likewise, that all applies to console ports as well. In order to get the game, it'd probably work a bit better on a console, but it would have to have a completely redesigned UI, and it'd just be a mess to get working, really. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than people think it is. So, it's very unlikely to see it on anything other than PC.
Like, as an example, when Ubisoft released, like, you know, mobile games to go along with their console releases, it's just a completely, entirely new game made by another studio. It like, shares nothing with the normal game. Or, like, with the mobile Call of Duty games, it's the same thing.
Mr. Jolly68, question. Any point investigating Oculus Rift support? They have that dungeon-like demo.
We actually, in an earlier build, we had Oculus Rift support, where you were in possession, you could use Oculus Rift. The problem is in this view, in the main view of the game, like, Oculus Rift just, like, doesn't work. Like, I don't know, it would be a lot of work to get it working in normal mode. We could, I don't know, we could have, like, some possession-only demo, I'm not sure, or we could have Oculus Rift mode only turn on when you go into possession. And then, so you possess a unit and then you put your Rift on. I don't know. At the moment it's not in there, mainly because it was causing problems, because it just, as we mentioned, it doesn't really work with the main view. I don't know, maybe. We'll look into it. But absolutely no promises, it's a completely unimportant feature, it's just a kind of cool...
It'd be cool, it'd be novel, you know, to see the dungeon, especially in possession mode, and experience it in Oculus Rift would be sweet, but whether or not it's worth the dev resources, as it might be a bitch to implement.
Beowulf has asked the question, do units get new skills when they level up? I believe they get their ultimate ability at level 5. Is that still the case, Josh?
Yes. It's not an ultimate ability, this isn't quite League of Legends. No, so units get they have all their abilities apart from one on when they spawn, basically. Beasts get all of their units when they spawn, and obviously units that don't level up, such as the super units and Ember Demon and vampires, they all don't get abilities as they level up. All of your sort of normal intelligent units, they will get a special ability at level 5. It doesn't dramatically change how they function, but it just sort of gives them a bit more oomph. Like, as an example, the Gnarling has sort of normal single targets and a small cone attack when he spawns, and then when he gets to level 5, he gets a big AoE attack. So it just sort of gives them more of what they already do. The ability progression that units had in other dungeon management games, we weren't really a fan of that, because it just sort of, units became completely different as they leveled up. They didn't sort of retain anything that made them feel special. And similarly, when they were at level 1, they just had a basic attack and they didn't really do anything cool. Whereas here we've got like a lot of sort of very visceral, unique unit abilities. Like, as an example, we could take, let's just dismiss this. I need to go into a level where units aren't fast to demonstrate.
Yes, I think we can confirm Power Glove support.
Power glove support.
It would work so perfectly well as well.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Scoutmaster asks, will units be able to use the barracks or spirit chamber past level 5? Up to level 10, I believe they can use them.
Yeah, but it is just slower as they level up, obviously.
Mm.
Will there be interaction between your minions? In what way? Like, some units functionally will interact with each other. Like, I guess we'll talk about this now. The barracks, when you upgrade the barracks, the gnarlings will actually interact with your other units in there and train them. So, and that basically vastly accelerates the rate of training if your gnarlings are already high level. So it incentivizes building a barracks early so you can get your gnarlings early so they level up. And then when you get the upgrade, they can then train your other units. The Beastmaster, for example, he will go around, gather up beasts to take into your beast den. Units are able to like go and watch the arena. I don't know. There are interactions. There's not so much sort of the passive, non-functional interactions that people might be asking about. Like we thought about it, and there's just so much stuff that we could add to the game that we still want to add. That adding something that's completely passive that didn't add anything mechanically to the game, weighed up against something like proper possession, it's like there's just more important things that add more to the game that we want to do before we get to stuff like that. Basically.
Is my mic running okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anoski question, in Dungeon Keeper there was a view overlay on possession, like the fly had some multi-eye overlay. Will there be similar overlays of the possession here to make the possession more real?
That again is something we thought about.
Processing stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible. We might do a bit of it. We will see.
Again, something that is much lower priority than the rest of the game. There is no such thing as Josh the Bard. So the answer to that question is no. So what is the strategic use of the tavern so far? It seems quite useless room right now. It increases the efficiency of your units, makes them happier.
Yeah, it's not very apparent right now, but without a tavern, your units will actually get angry. So they'll be okay for a little while, so you don't need to build one right away. But without a tavern, all of your intelligent units basically won't.
It's also a way, it will be a way to recycle gold from Payday. Yeah. So your units will pay to use the tavern, and that gold will go back into your reserves. So it's a way of making Payday less damaging.
Yeah. Okay, so here, for example, I have a Skarg, and I'm going to spawn an enemy cultist. So, and you're going to see the Skarg, he's got like a charge ability, so it's just pretty cool. So, there you go. So he has like a little charge ability that he can use. And then he has a slow when he gets up to them, so units can't run away quite so quickly. So you saw the guy try to run away a bit, but he's pretty slow. So it's like we wanted to make units feel like we wanted to make units feel whole when they were level 1. So the Skarg has all of his. He has his Baker's attack. He can do this awesome charge and slow people once he gets there. He has a passive health regen as well outside of combat, because Skargs are like, early game skirmishers, that's sort of what they're used for. I don't think that works yet at the moment. It did work in the past, but it's not working right now. But you've seen they have their cool abilities. The cultists, they do have heals and stuff as well, so let's just spawn.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
So we can spawn. There you go. So the cultists still have a variety of abilities as well. You can see they're using heals, they've got a debuff. So this sort of thing you're seeing around is a debuff. And they've all got their normal basic stabby attack as well.
Scoutmaster, will you be able to drop units in the pig cooker in the tavern like the tutorial suggested?
Yes.
So one of the morbid things about this is that you can basically make them pay to eat their own friends.
So your tavern's basically the same as the casino in Dungeon Keeper. It is there's a similar mechanic to it. However, it's like both the mechanics rolled into one. So it's like you could either choose to make people happy or make them give you money. Whereas this just generally makes people happier and they still give you money. So yeah, very similar.
The Scorp Master, why would you do that? Two reasons. One, because there may be instances where you're running out of micro piglets to sustain the tavern. And two, because it's fucking hilarious.
Why would you not?
Yeah, there's actually not really a real reason to do it. It's just hilarious, that's why.
Mr. Jolly68 asks, can imps now claim ground in first-person mode? Our workers have always been able to claim ground in first-person mode since possession was added. They also can fortify walls.
I actually think that broke when we added abilities in. I'm not sure. Let's try it, shall we? Why can't I summon? Oh, I don't have any mana. That's fine.
Dante has
Actually,
that.
is that actually a valid point from a Anoski? How the hell do you pronounce your name? To get rid of units you don't want to make it spawn a better unit faster. Is that actually a viable use of the Tavern Meat Grinder?
Yes, actually, so that is a good point. Something we're adding is sort of spawn suppression upon sacrifice. So as you can see, sorry, I can do all the normal things that work can do, just so you are aware. One of the things we're going to be adding is spawn suppression. So when you yourself sort of sacrifice a unit, either in the crypt or the sanctuary, or torch chamber, or arena, or slog pen, all the different ways you kill your own units in lovely ways. If you do any of those, what will happen is that type of unit will spawn slower for a period of time, and that's a stacking effect. So if you like throw three away at once, it will slow it down for quite a while and quite an intense amount. So yes, that is a valid reason for using the meat grinder. The spit roast, as we call it, because it roasts things and spits them out.
I think that's actually quite an interesting idea as well. Different meats that you put into the tavern could give a different temporary buff.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's something I thought about, but it's like...
I think all your units can gain another unit's ability. That would be hilarious.
It's like such a messy thing. Like, how do you do that? You can throw in 3 units at once. You know, how many sausages worth of meat does each unit produce? You know, all stuff like that. Can your imps get married in the game? No.
Yes.
We hate happiness.
Will or can units get drunk and get into fights with other units?
No, unfortunately.
It's not a kind of behavior we support.
Why would you as an employer let them do it? I think they quite care about their jobs. Of course, this everybody's going to research for half a minute. Why are my minions always doing the time warp? Again.
I'm gonna go food because I haven't eaten today.
Yeah, I think we should pack up in, say, 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
Yeah, let's wind this down.
So, last 5 minutes of questions, guys. We'll try to answer as many as we possibly can. So if you have any questions, ask them now. Be sure to put a Q on the front of them so we can see them without having to look, because we're lazy. And nobody's going to send any questions though. It's going to be amazing. Just going to fall asleep, have a nap. Don't want to imagine how does a chunder taste like. Amazing. Like all chunder parts. Q. Sorry if this was already answered, but will there be any updates to the hotkeys? Hotkeys. Now that is a tricky subject. The problem is there's so many things in the game that it's very tricky to think how we would do hotkeys in a way that supports everything. I've been thinking about it the past few days, so I don't know. I might make a suggestion to Josh with like a suggestion of all the hotkeys we could possibly use. And essentially, it's getting all the tabs on the function keys and then using practically every key on the keyboard. Because if you think about it, just open the rooms tab and you've got like how many rooms? 20? Something like that? That's a lot of rooms. Defenses the same, spells. I mean, constructs and defenses were worse before we split them up, so it's going to be very tricky. We'll see. I can see the use behind the hotkeys, but at the same time, do we really want to encourage it?
It's pretty MLG, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much like you're trying to get ahead, and anybody who manages to master this incredibly convoluted style of hotkeys will have a huge advantage. Whereas if we limit everyone by the UI, there's that, it's more even playing field.
Yeah, minions do become unhappy when you slap them. As you can see, all of my minions are now sad due to being slapped a lot.
Can you answer Praise the Villain's question? I have no idea what Praise the Villain's question was.
I answered it. It was related to infinite gold. Yes, there's a gold shrine. It can be mined for as much gold as you want.
Okay.
How many imps can you spawn before the game explodes?
You could spawn up to the maximum amount allowed by your mana. And the game doesn't explode.
There is a gold shrine.
But on a technical level, like when does the game actually break down?
I'd probably say it doesn't break. It never breaks. It is amazingly stable when you get so many units. It just goes very slow. So we're talking, I don't know. I think the moment you start to hit probably around 150, I think it'd start to really, really struggle. I've had 100 Chundas on screen at once, and
I have 100 workers.
Yes.
Somehow, by doing that, I managed to get exactly 100.
Good job.
Nice. Are there planned unit upgrades in the future, such as rituals to boost the health of all cultists?
No, I think the game's got too much depth already. We start adding these things, and they're just really little things that.
I would add a ritual that slaps all of your units constantly for 20 seconds. Just so you can sit there and listen.
Wow! Also, there's not much visual feedback that we could give on units having these upgrades, so it's probably not something we'd do, because we value clarity quite a bit. Or Josh does.
Clarity.
Can you reassign the hotkeys for movement in case you don't like what you have? Like if it's the arrows and you want WASD, this is for camera control.
Currently,
both the arrows and WSD work.
Yeah, and that's the problem I have with hotkeys as well, is I use WASD. So I've been looking at it and thinking how Also, don't forget that we also have warbands that we would have to hotkey too. So not only are you talking all the tabs, but you're talking warbands as well. And maybe stuff like cast ritual and I don't know. We've got quite a few things to think about on that. Go to combat. There's a lot going on. A lot that you don't get in games, RTS games specifically. It's like RTS game, you'd be limited by, say, StarCraft, for example. You click a building, and you only need like 4 hotkeys. Whereas in our game, you can access everything through your UI at all times. And we have more stuff than Command & Conquer does. So...
Malcontent. Could you make a selected gold shrine less of an eyesore?
Yeah, that'll happen.
Alright, gents, I'm off to feast. I think that was 5 minutes.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, last question. Can you change the color of green diamonds in the floor and the walls to a different color? In every non-story mode, yes. If you're playing a story mode, so launch the main campaign, and any other story content we do after that, you'll be playing as a specific character. In the main campaign, the character you play as is green, and he uses this theme. In multiplayer and skirmish and survival, whenever we actually release the full version of that, if we release the full version of that, which we probably will, you'll be able to pick your own theme and color and whatever. So, It's only dictated for you when it's relevant for the story. Anyway, it is probably time for us to finish up now. So
Yes.
the next one question will be answered, and then we're going to be done.
Have you heard about the new dungeon management game available on Steam Early Access?
What Dwellers? I've ruined that for you.
Josh, we are the only marketing that we get. What are you doing?
I think 12ers deserves a little bit of a shout out.
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool. It's like Settlers Underground. It's nice.
Question: will you be doing live streams like this after release so we can talk with you about new ideas and updates? I'm sure we will.
Yes, so we'll also have like map designs, and we'll play with people on multiplayer and fail at survival mode.
Despite
Hooray.
everything we promised, as soon as the game is released, we're all getting together in a big parlor somewhere in Lincolnshire, and we're going to commit ritual suicide.
But as a team.
As a team, we go forward. But the question is, what would we summon?
Chunder.
A Chunder.
Yes.
The first real Chunder in the world. Maybe it'd be Horny. How ironic would that be?
Josh, that's the answer I wanted to give.
Okay, anyway, we're done now. Thank you
Yeah,
all
thanks for coming.
for your being here and things.
See you guys
You,
in
everyone.
a month for another live stream, give or take.
Bye. Say goodbye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello, hello?
Okay, they can't hear you anymore, and